Isn't this all from the throne out of the big lake they call it? Superior, they said, your mom, here's up for dead. We're the girls and all them I got.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to SmallmouthCrush Live.
From New York.
Yeah.
From New York. Yeah, man. First show in the new crib. Rocking that Ukrainian flag. Way to show your support behind you, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's a great color choice for
the people had really good taste in curtains here.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie, there was some messed up people before me that lived in this house. They enjoyed painting, but they did not enjoy using painter's tape at all.
Oh,
I'm talking over 35 outlets had to be replaced because they were painted on.
You mean just decided that they were going to paint over the outlets and the plug too?
Yes.
That's some crazy stuff. Paint in the outlets. Wow. Maybe that was to get the house ready for sale.
It was.
Yeah. So, I mean,
in the Zillow description, it said fresh paint.
Well, it should have said fresh paint, ... in the plugs too.
And everything else.
Oh,
crusty plugs, crusty electrical plugs are not fun. I had to try to find, I had a setup over here because the outlet I wanted to go in, I couldn't push the thing through.
Because there was so much paint in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a screwdriver, stick it in there, and just, you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm excited.
Good. Oh, my. You sound excited, man.
Yeah, so, man.
But so, Gino, the operator up there.
Gino was up here. John was up here. We all went to work. Bill Lawrence, who's a guide up here, he's actually doing the construction in the garage.
Nice.
And his guide prices are very reasonable, but he'll gouge you on the construction. That's a fact.
Huh. So what's his name?
Bill Lawrence.
So Bill, if you're watching, stop gouging Travis. Prices might have just gone up once he watches this stream. He's just joking, Bill.
So I think it was Saturday, JP and Gino and John showed up. So Friday night, I ran over
Sub-Zero, right? Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
temp.
negative 30 below.
30
below.
Had
to, the night before, dude, I ran the runnings, which is kind of like a Fleet Farm, a sporting goods, everything up here. I got decked out. I'm wearing it tonight. So I got the Carhartt beanie. I got the Carhartt work. I got the Carhartt pants, and I got my tools. And I bought.
Yeah, you're looking construction.
So then I got some. These are made by Cat steel toe boots, bro.
Is that your first pair of steel toes?
Yeah, this is my construction outfit. So I got an all new outfit for it, and the boys were pretty impressed.
Do you have that labeled in the closet, construction outfit? So
it will be.
Okay, I figured. Nice, looking good, man. Looked the part. What'd you do Saturday while they were doing their work?
So
what was your role? Running materials.
I started painting.
Okay.
There's a lot going on.
That's good. You made some good progress, it sounds like.
Yeah. There's Gino in the comments.
All show, no go by Gino. That's the operator, everybody. Calls it like he sees it.
Yeah.
What's up, smallmouth junkie? Who's here tonight? Let's see, man. We got everybody. Brown Bako, M. Jones, Matthew Weimer, MJ, Frank Scalish Jr., JP, Pegleg Fisherman, James McMullen, man, Tim, Wave Currents and Ice, Brown
Hold on.
Jig Squad, man, everybody. Who's new? Is there anybody new? I always like to ask
Sean goes first steel toes. No, I honestly believe, I think when my first job out of high school was Hardee's, and I think you had to buy tennis shoes with steel toe shoes. Or maybe that was non-slip grip. I don't know, man.
Maybe more non-slip grip than steel toe.
I was worried like I'd be carrying stuff, and if they fell on my toes, dude, I just got carried away. I bought fucking gloves, bro. I bought a belt. I got another big, warm, oversized, heavy-duty hoodie. Yeah,
nice. You're ready to go, bro. You're living that upstate life you want. There it is.
Yeah.
Could you see yourself out on the ice, 30 below in a snowstorm? Probably.
No.
Oh. That's cold, man. Steel toes for Hardee's. Steel toe tennis shoes. Do they make them? Anybody ever heard of a steel toe tennis shoe?
Sure, they're out there.
Okay, I didn't know.
I saw one at Runnings the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I dropped a weight on my toe when I was working at Lee's Outdoors. Like,
really?
Lifting weight. Yeah, 25-pounder, man, right on the big toe, bro. That hurt. No steel toes for me, man. That wasn't required back then when men were men. Steel toe. Yes, they do.
Man. All right. So we got a big show tonight.
Big show.
But I thought maybe I could take you guys on a quick tour.
Do the tour, man.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to log on with my phone, and I'm going to try to prevent echoing as much as possible.
Oh, dude, man, that was terrible. I hope it's not like the last time.
Well, let's see. Let me take a look-see here. I think I might be able to do this. I see myself backstage.
Uh-oh, there it is again. Not good. I'm taking off my headset. And listen to that again, bro. That hurt.
All right, let me see if I can do this. Bear with me.
I'm putting my steel toe ears in. Hold on. He out, everybody. Can y'all hear me now? Sounds like a rap song.
If I go way over here, the echo should go away.
Okay.
Has it gone away yet?
I can hear it in the background, but it's not like raging, killing my ear. You're good.
Okay, good. Now I have to figure out how to flip the
flip a
camera.
switch. Okay.
Is there a way to reverse the camera?
Yeah, isn't it right there on the front of your iPhone?
Edit.
Hold on, guys. Go to settings. Maybe, I don't know.
Have you ever done this before? All right, I guess I'm just going to go like this, okay? Can you hear me, Eric?
Amy. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, so as you can see in the garage here, we got the insulation has showed up. And this is what we did. We basically, JP and Gino and John, we ran wire throughout the whole garage here.
Looking good.
And then let me take you up to the loft. All right. So the loft, we got the studs up for the hallway.
Yep.
And then this is where the live will be in the future.
Dude, that's awesome.
You can see I got my executive desk marked out here.
That's right. Very nice.
Yeah.
Look at Gino and the crew got it done, man. Man, hats off to Gino, John Paul, John. They knocked that out in what, a day or 2 days?
Couple days. It's been since Friday. Let me take you downstairs and show you the paint. Actually, let me take you to my bedroom first.
That sounds weird, but go ahead. Take us to your bedroom, Travis. Is there anybody hanging in the closet? Show us an outlet. There you go. Nice job. Look at that. That looks pretty clear. Yeah, I mean, not horrible. Is that your paint job?
No.
Oh, God. You're going to need some crown molding on that thing or a repaint.
Dude,
they weren't too steady. Oh, they got the contractor special, bro.
There's here.
Yeah, is it? Wave Currents and Ice says that's precision painting.
Yeah. All right, so this is the room I've been dealing with all week.
All right.
So I painted this wall.
You're working on it. Okay. Yep.
This wall started. So you have to put like a coat on, and then you finish it up really good. So look at this mess. I don't even know what I'm doing.
You got to do a primer is what you're telling us, right? You're priming, then you're painting. Painting. What room is that, by the way?
This is just going to be like a movie room, and then there's a bedroom, and this is what I've been working on this afternoon. You can see the walls. I got to paint. I got to finish this up. I'll do that later tonight.
Yep. Well, you made some good progress, bro.
Yeah, but all the outlets were just trashed.
Yeah, well, those are cheap, man. You can go get some plastic jobbies or whatever you're going to put in. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah,
been there and seen that movie, bro. Very, very nice.
Yeah, this is going to be the kitchen. This is where I'll be cleaning my wild game, my perch and stuff right here. Okay,
that's the downstairs kitchen?
Yep.
Very nice. Awesome, bro.
So
that's perfect. That's a great setup, bro.
We got some work to do.
Good deal, bro.
I like the pink walls.
Look at that color. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That was purple. It looked purple.
Yeah.
You'll be painting over that, right?
Oh yeah. All right, let me log back on the computer.
Okay. Sounds good, man. He had a June bug wall. That's right, Jamie. Y'all see that June bug wall? Just needs a little bit of green fleck in it. We're good. Bo Judd knows his colors. He calls it periwinkle. Uh-oh.
What's up?
You good? Okay, good. Yeah. Woo! Looks good, bro. Make big progress, man. Come on, everybody, give a hand for Smallmouth Crush in the new crib, man. They like it, bro. They like it, man. Slumpy, grumpy. That's right. Those people had great taste. Well, you never can account for taste, man, when you're buying a place. Those curtains, I just don't get it. What is that? Maybe they were Swedish. Brown Baco says, fly him up to do all the paint, electric framing, hardwood cabinets. He's a home remodeler, man.
Huh.
How about that? South Carolina, Tom, 1441. Who else is new tonight?
Is there some new people?
I don't know. Do you recognize Tom 1441 from South Carolina? I feel like that might be new, man. Yeah, where am I staying, bro?
Downstairs.
Okay, like in that little, like the movie room, I can hang out there, right? Because you'll be upstairs, right? Oh, dude, that's all I need. It's gonna have like a lazy boy that reclines and stuff where I can watch Netflix. Dude, that's just perfect, man. That's just perfect, man. That's awesome, bro. Good job. You got a great group of friends to help you out like that.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt,
all
man.
Right, let's get into
real quick, real quick.
Lab, bud.
Man, I appreciate you asking me that. For all the guys that hit me up and missed out on the dish melon, We sourced some new material. Gary Sheets from 9K worked really hard to get these out, man. So the ditch melons are back in stock. I got them in 3/8, a half, and 3/4. This is the thumper blade with a orange kicker blade. Great little springtime slow roll, and you guys know what's up if you know what's up. It's an OG Texas color. Legend has it that a guy named Elroy Kruger made this color. It's also coming in the Chatterbug, the Mad Hatter, River Rat, Mad Hatter, man. So that's a half ounce, by the way. Sorry, guys, the coleslaw sold out last week, like really super fast. I'm going to try to get those in again. Coleslaw, if you know, you know. But ditch melon, man, ditch melon. I haven't seen this color in forever. It's a storied color. Sean Hernke told me a story about how he got his ass whipped on this in Texas for years. In fact, he just tied some up recently. So he was pretty pumped to see it back out. So back in stock. They probably won't last long. I don't have a lot. I just want to get a few more because I know a bunch of you guys were hitting me up to say, man, I missed out on the box for the 9K Elite. And so I decided to sell those just individually. So go get them if you want them. Thanks, Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Neil Bone. Thank you, brother.
All right. Without further ado, first of all, we got to talk about the sponsor. Of course, Monster Bass is this week's sponsor. You guys know I love Monster Bass. Monthly subscription. Not only that, they got a lot of good products on their website. Some really good tungsten. Some of the lowest prices out there. Head on over to Monster Bass. Should be a link in the description. And let's bring our boy on who's smiling in the background.
That's right. What's up, Zen Pyro?
He's always smiling.
Yeah,
Peace.
In the house.
What's up? Can you hear
Why
me?
are you smiling, bro? You're always smiling. You just happy? Are you happy all the time, Derek?
You know me better than that. I mean, I try and be, but I'm not.
You're not. It's
No,
frustrating.
I'm good.
It's frustrating shipping out all those jigs. Look at them all behind you in those boxes. Stacks and stacks and stacks, dude.
You'd be smiling too if there were all those boxes of product behind you, bro. Wouldn't
That's
you?
the soft bait side, actually. All the jigs are on the other side.
The jigs in the warehouse, man. Behind the scenes, man.
Yeah, I'm actually, it's probably going to be the last like 6 months in this space, and then I'm going to have to. It's not a big space, but you know, I'm going to have to go to a bigger space. I also want to get a tank installed.
Oh yeah,
I don't
dude.
really know how to go about doing that.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about that amount of water, like if you fuck up, it's going to be bad. And so, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to YouTube that or call in some assistance, but I do want a tank in the next shop space, like a big one, you know?
Call in the pros, bro.
I know. I don't have the
What
budget
about those?
for that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But
well,
maybe some YouTube pros. So.
Yeah, maybe you got some jig dudes that are like aquarium guys, man. You never know.
That's true. That's true.
Make the call. You reach people all over the country, man. All over the world, I'm sure. You ship much international?
Actually, so Canada, but that's I know there's like one or two little kind of boutique Japanese distributors that have reached out, but
that's very cool.
Fortunately, right now there's enough going on right here in the US to where you know, I just I got to stay focused, which is really hard for me to do.
Bro, makes sense.
So yeah. So there's plenty going on here, which I'm super grateful for. But yeah, you know, it seems like interest is kind of popping up all over the place now, which is cool to see. But again, for now, just gonna keep to the grindstone and try and keep people happy here. So
yeah, Nick Nelson says, Derek, I'm your biggest fan.
Up, man?
You know him.
Yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of dudes that are bored as shit here in the Northeast because there's nothing. You can't. Everything just locked up because we had minus 10 on Saturday, and then we got 50 all week. So I'm sure a lot of little natural stuff, if it's windy, will open up. But yeah, I think maybe there'll be some bored New England people here trying to get their fill.
You had a pretty big deal going on last weekend at the
show,
Foxborough, at the fishing show there.
Yeah, dude, we missed you. We had a great show. It was honestly, I think, the best show that we've ever had there. Really.
Wow. Why?
I just busy, you know, it was just, I mean, because it was a busy show. So obviously that
Okay.
makes us happy. But, you know,
Sure.
like it's cool to be able to go talk to the same people year after year after. Like I like doing that genuinely. And so, you know,
Yeah.
J&J, they helped me out with a lot from like a product perspective and stuff. And
Who's
you know, they
J&J?
fish the baits. They're
Okay.
two buddies that, you know, they help me a lot with just whatever random stuff, and they run the shows. So a lot of people associate them with me and vice versa, whatever. But yeah, like they you know, they get, it's just fun catching up with everybody every year, especially because some of these folks have been our customers for like, you know, 5 years since we kind of like got going. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was fun, man. There was a ton of bass guys. Like that Any Fishing Expo is definitely, like, in my opinion, the best bass show in the Northeast for sure.
Oh, wow. I'll have to make it up one day, man. It'll be fun.
Yeah, man. You really should. It's cool. It's cool. Anyways, the show was fun. We had a good time as always. There were you know, J&J, they got docked from the bar pretty quickly. No, actually, everything was cool. Nikki forgave them. It was all good. You remember Nikki, Travis? She's
the bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was she upset that I wasn't there?
Oh yeah, she missed you terribly, dude.
I figure.
She had a lot of great things to say about you, man. I'm kidding for whoever's listening. I'm just laughing because that's
no. I mean, I left a lasting impression on her for sure.
I like innocently, but yeah, just a bunch of dudes being obnoxious. It is what it is. I get it.
3-4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Carl was there.
Carl, yeah. What's up, Carl? There's Mike Zamp. Big J carries little J in the backpack.
Zampese. Is that who you talking about? Zampese.
Yeah, that's him.
He's a Beast Coast guy, right?
Occasionally. Zampese trolls this whenever I'm present.
Does he troll as his name? We had a troll. We had a troll last week. I had a troll last week, man. Yeah, man. Caught me with limited sleep. Yeah, caught me. I don't know. It was weird, man. Caught me with limited sleep, man. I was at I did the Ike Live show. It was awesome, man. I got to like moderate the chat and got to hang out with Brian the Carpenter in his garage, dude. I you know, he's been on the show a million times. Yeah. And you see him in his garage. I finally got to see it in person. It's just like 15 Jersey guys going at it like on Saturday night. You know, it was a stunning weekend. So I had like 6 hours of sleep, you know, and this chode pops up. So Travis had my back though. Thank you, Travis.
Yeah, well, I'm expecting it. It is what it is.
That's right. That's right. What's up, Christina? Man, that's Canada right there. Vince and Christina. They're big fans of the show. Yeah, man. I sent some of my baits up there, bro. It's been cool, man. They fish some Bass Lab stuff. Yeah. I've done some boxes, you know, with stuff from my collection. So, yeah, it's good to see them on. Open water soon. Ish was letting it fly on Ike Live. That's true, man. He let it dish. But anyway, back to what's your next show? Are you done after this? How many more shows?
No, man. It's funny. Everybody's like, how many shows? Honestly, we do this one, and like next year, I'm going to do the East Tennessee Fishing Expo, and then I think J&J. Yeah, I need to get a hold of them.
That's what I want to go to, man, because it's like crankbait heaven for me. So
yeah, I bet they're loaded up with like custom crank vendors and stuff. I would imagine. I don't know. I've never been there, but
yeah, there's one guy I want to meet
asking us, you know, are we gonna have a booth and whatever. Yeah. And you know, I've heard that enough. And then, you know, some of the vendors at the NE Expo, like Bullshad, you know, they're like, oh, you guys gotta check out this Tennessee Expo. It's the real deal. So yeah. So I'm gonna go there next year, I think, with the wife and little.
Oh, that'll be cool. Make a little trip.
We'll see. And then J&J, maybe Travis can reunite and run the reunite up at the NE Fishing Expo.
That's right.
Sure, that'll be a hoot.
Yeah, man.
But anyways,
about that, Travis? You down?
What?
Yeah. No, for real. I will get back into it next year.
Okay.
I've had unbelievable amount of messages from both people that go to the Harrisburg show and all of them. And they're like, hey, are you going to be there? And all of that. But obviously timing just wasn't right this year. I was welcome back. There was some rumors, about that fish tank incident last year. I'm back in the game. I've been forgiven. So that's not the issue. I was just so busy trying to get this.
Yeah, you had a lot of life stuff going on, man. I don't envy you. I can't believe you're even on this stream right now, and then you're going to go paint your house for like the rest of the night.
I'm going to tell you guys, and I do want to apologize because I know people have been text messaging me. I got Alex the intern, Kent, Mike, Brody the Lake. I'm just going down the list of messages I haven't even hit view yet, in the last 24 hours. My email has never been this full. I have 68 unread email messages just since Friday. So it's pretty intense. So earlier today, Derek, gentleman you see down below here on the screen,
what's up?
He decided to text message me from 12:15 today. Wait, it actually goes further than that. Oh no, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know. I'm just scrolling through them all. He's sending me pictures of himself.
Well, dude, last time you asked for a picture to use for the live header.
I mean, I'm
sent you
still scrolling, guys. I'm still scrolling. So my phone
those are pictures of 3D drawings and shit.
My phone did not stop quacking for 5-6 hours. I got pain on my hands. I can't reach it. Sometimes I think it might be important. So every once in a while, I hear a quack and I'll let it go, but it drives me nuts. So I got to go check. And here it is. Derek holding up a fish again. Derek asking this question. Derek doing this. I'm just like,
dude, I don't like to come on with nothing to talk about. Like, I need to know what you plan on talking about. So I like to call you and discuss this shit with you before I just join a live stream. Like, you're like, go to your shop. I'm like, all right, I'll go back to the shop. And I'm like, what are we talking about, dude? Like, I'm fucking.
What is that right?
Like, I have to call you. I've got to know these things.
You did.
I feel like people like to have like structure, or maybe that's just me. I don't know, man.
But Travis is all about the structure, man. He's all about the structure, but he's
finally
riding with no intern.
Finally, I replied to his messages, and here's what I write.
No, hello, bad.
The last was what are we talking about? LOL. I go, your baits, and then I write, don't get nervous. Be ready by 8:15. I mean, there you go.
Jeez, thanks for all the help there, Travis. Don't get nervous. Be ready by 8:15. It's like, all right, dude. My point was, like, for example, I wanted to share those 3D drawings.
And I have them ready to go.
Okay. Well, so there's one of the files that I sent you.
Yes, I'm just picking on you. You went overboard, bud. You went overboard today.
Oh, man.
It's all good. Listen,
you guys need a minute to work this out. I mean, I got a Netflix show that my wife and I want to watch. I can leave and you guys can work through things. It's all good.
We're good. I'm good.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I got jigs in my hands, and
you guys came here for
stinking up the place. I'm ready to go.
You guys came here for bait talk, and that's what we're going to give you. Derek, I want to know what's new at Beast Coast. Let's start off with that, because I know you're working on some incredible projects, some new baits. I got the prototype. Is that how you say it? Prototype design here I want to share with people. But I want you to take it in the direction you want to go. So where should we start? Because I know you got a bunch of exciting stuff coming up.
With us, Travis, it's called Brototype, not prototype. Brototype. Between brothers. Right, Brototype.
Yeah, Brototype.
Yeah. Show us the Brototype, bro.
Yeah, so honestly, man, like, really, I think mostly this spring is just building on what's going on already. Like the little Magnums, starting to get super popular. The sniper jig's getting really popular. A couple really, really cool retailers have come on board. So, like, I've actually had to sit down and kind of do some financial planning and inventory planning, which is shit that I just pretend will kind of like work itself out. and it just doesn't, especially now that there's a full-time employee. Like it just, basically it's been like get the business foundation, reestablished with like this new retailer base that's come on.
Can you talk about the new retailers? Like who did you bring
no,
on?
So American. So just again, I right off the top of heads, so we've got a wholesaler that's kind of making some of our key stuff available to, some of the smaller independents all over the place, which it takes us so long to kind of handle a new account these days just because it's spring. We're not always this busy, but so Pittman, we got a wholesaler kind of handling some stuff there, and American Legacy Fishing. They're an awesome account. Honestly, I like that we get to work with some really cool accounts. Like all of our accounts are sweet. We don't have a ton of them, but they're all places, I buy stuff and trust to make a delivery within a reasonable time and back their service and stuff like that. So, but yeah, American Legacy and Omnia just came on board.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah, man, they're making plays.
Both of them are great accounts and really good, really good people over there. Having had a couple of discussions with them.
Yeah, I bought some Loomis rods from American Legacy, man. Omnia's got great shipping, man. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, they do some. Honestly, both. Yeah. There's a lot of really good kind of e-tailers, or I guess I would say accounts that lean towards e-tail or web commerce. That are kind of starting to kind of come out of nowhere. It seems when I just am so used to the big one or two that all of a sudden it's like, wow, these guys do a kick-ass job with certain things maybe that other, big e-tailers don't. Again, I got to watch what I say. But yeah, they're all really great accounts. And fortunately,
who's your biggest account?
What?
Who was your biggest account?
The biggest single account would be Tackle Warehouse.
Okay.
As far as just like volume, but again, it's like they've been with us since day one. Like this was just like a tiny little thing. I honestly I think the direction has changed a lot. So anyways, take it full circle. I think a lot of this stuff moving forward is going to look really enticing to guys who are fishing like the Northeast, the Midwest, kind of down into Tennessee, like mixed bag fisheries or clear water fisheries. Like, I think, the Gorilla Swim Jig's got a lot of, usable, areas in our region, but that we sell a lot of those to Texas, stuff like that, like down Florida, like out West and whatnot. So like now a lot of the stuff I think is going to be like Northern power finesse type stuff. I don't even know if that makes a ton of sense, but that's just kind of how I see it going. Yeah. And
talk to us, man. What does it mean?
Dude, I mean, it's just so like, okay, like the baby dozer, like this jig right here.
Right
like,
on.
This
compact,
is a new item.
tight,
this is a
small.
new item for us. This has a 4.0.
I'm gonna make the screen big real quick, okay?
Make him big.
Let me see if I can do this. How do you do this? Hold on, I'm having a problem.
Okay, you work through it and keep holding it up. Keep rolling there.
I got it. All right, let's
hold
see
that thing up.
Okay, so if you look at this, it's tough to probably tell right here. Let me just see what I can do. I don't even know if
textured head. We could see it.
Yeah, and then
it's got the dimples.
If you can see like the way that hook eye is actually set back behind that midpoint of the head.
Yep.
That actually kind of helps you want to you're able to basically get this thing to want to like pop up and out of like a rock snag as opposed to dig in and bury, which a lot of jigs will do. And the other cool thing about this is what I would consider closer almost to a 3.0, the hook that we have in this jig. It's a 4.0 mid-wire. It's made by BKK. I'm sure a lot of people are starting to hear about them. I've had, honestly, I think for what it's worth, and I don't give a shit, but I think we're the only ones using BKK pretty much in all of our jigs. And within the next 3 months, I think all of our jigs are going to go to their hooks. But this hook right here I think this hook is phenomenal. I have a couple buddies that have been fishing this thing. I've been doing it with them the past couple of months, finding them big ones on live scope, pitching this thing out there on like a flipping stick, like 17-pound fluoro and a big rod. And that little hook, which is basically borderline 3-4. And I mean, like the hook looks brand new. As soon as I tested these and we got a shipment in before we specified them like in the jig. Like I gotta say they kick ass. Like they just like Gamakatsu and Owner, certain of their models, you just touch it and you just know. And
oh yeah.
But more importantly, you know, a lot of times, you know, you hear about softness and hook points and stuff, even occasionally with like some of the best manufacturers. Like I have not heard, I think maybe one hook issue, which I think was our fault the way we packed it, but of the 1,000, like I've not BKK, I think makes the best hooks in the market. So that's what we've got in this hook, long story short. And yeah,
that's bold, man. You stepping out, bro.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, and that's totally
you
fine.
stepping on some big toes. I like it though, man. Game on. Game on.
I would just encourage people to like, you're not going to find a lot of their products here yet, but they've got a U.S. distributor down south, and they're working on bringing like a lot of, I think, stuff to the U.S. market, like as we speak. You can dig more into that story. I'm sure there's guys here in the chat that probably knows, you know, what's going on there. But yeah, BKK is they're going to be a big player here in the next like 3 years, and you know, I have no reason to promote that or not promote it. I just know they make the best hook possible to put in the jig. So that's what's in this one, and that's a teeny tiny little jig guy. Like this jig is. So
what is that? What is that jig called again?
So this is that new. This is the baby Dozer.
The baby Dozer.
Yeah, it's tungsten compound. It's got a a setback eye.
And so what sizes do they come in?
That thing, and it will come up and over rock. I mean, I think I've lost one jig in I don't even know how many outings, and putting this thing in like the craggiest shit, stump and rock mixes, like just places where you lose these things. It happens. And I think I've lost one. Like if you can, worst case scenario, if you can get on top of the thing, it'll just kind of want to like roll itself out and you can just pop it out. And it's tungsten compound, not pure tungsten. So the material will give a fraction of a millimeter, which is all you need to pull the thing out by force if you have to. Whereas tungsten, it's not going to move at all. You're going to break you're going to bust the line or move the rock, one of the two. So, but anyways, sorry, you guys got me totally.
What applications are guys fishing that particular jig?
This is cool because like we get emails now almost weekly from guys in Tennessee that are fishing this, from guys down in Georgia and the Carolinas on like spotted bass lakes, California on spotted bass lakes. Like this jig is cool because it plays anywhere, but I love it. And it's, I think, super applicable to our region because you can throw this around smallmouth, like for sure. It's got a super short cut hand-tied skirt. Like every aspect is small. Like the little crevice where we tie the skirts is literally just a couple millimeters wide. Like it won't even accommodate a band, just to keep it as compact as possible. Like the hook is small. It's a small 4.0 hook. So the thing is little. Like you can throw this where you'd normally, where you'd expect to catch smallies, or the water's clear, or they don't want like a giant 5.0 hook in the football jig. I mean, it's little, but you can use whatever you want. I mean, you can go from 12. You can go, honestly, like on that 7/16 ounce or even the 5/8 with the right, rod and reel and setup. You could probably go to 10-pound fluoro. I don't know why you do that, but you can if you're one of those guys that just likes to go light. But you can also go up to 17-pound fluoro on this. So it's just a really cool jig. Everybody that's held one or fished one, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I get that. That's sick. It makes sense. And it fishes really nicely. So, and that's the Dozer. We're waiting on our second ever inventory import of a shitload of these really soon. I think in about 10 days they're doing, maybe a little bit sooner.
That's good, man. Hopefully the supply chain issues
couple months
That's
old.
good, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully the supply chain issues haven't hurt you too much. It's
a pain.
That easing up a little bit.
Yeah. Because abroad they're still enacting like severe shutdown tactics, I guess we'll say. Yeah. So it's just disruptive, and there's just nothing that can be done about it. It's just like, like
I know
everything's fine. Like just stop doing this. But I'm not about.
There's a reason for it, guys. We know that. We're not stupid.
Yeah, Travis.
Let's not go there.
I know.
Continue on.
But you guys got to catch up at the after hours about a few things there.
No, we're good. What, you got some new information for me?
No, I didn't say I did. You just need to catch him up on things. He's got he's got a limited window to make this business run.
He's not ready for it, Eric.
Why?
Okay.
What am I not ready for?
Nothing.
No. Time out. Not now, dude. No. You just want to talk to him offline.
Yeah.
Offline. All right. That sounds
offline, but
good.
He'll let you know.
I know when the world's shifting and resetting. I have the exact
wait a minute. I told you not to say.
I gotta give him a hint because he's probably wondering what's going on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Anyways, continue.
Travis, do you seriously believe that?
Yeah.
That's a different.
Continue on. What else you got?
And I could talk to you about this because I think I'm actually there's certain things I think I lean pretty close to you on as far as your opinions, but.
Yeah. Oh, they're all gone. This is the new thing. Yeah. His brain's been reset. The old shit that you lean close on, it's all over. This is the new.
Anyway.
Be prepared. Yeah.
What's your favorite color in that jig?
Good question.
I mean,
if you could only fish one.
I use two colors, and I think they're both like completely out. There might be some 7/16 in dirt bag and stealth crawl. I mean,
dirt bag. Well, all right, let's talk about dirt bag. That's brownish, I guess, right?
It's black and brown.
Okay, got it. And stealth crawl is more of a
brown with some hints of it's kind of like a metallic pumpkin, but it's subtle. It's just like a little teeny tiny bit of contrast.
Little teeny bit, yeah. Yeah, but that makes sense to me because, you hear guys talk about my little brown jig. You hear guys talk about a black jig, and you're bringing the best of both worlds together. Now, what's stealth crawl? How would you describe that?
Stealth crawl is just super. It's like a totally opaque, really dark brown, black, pumpkin-y kind of color. I mean, so stealth comes before all of our color names that have living rubber. So stealth crawl is a living rubber color. It's got brown living rubber, living rubber. My God, I'm gonna have to get some water in a minute. But
all right.
Yeah, stealth crawl and dirt bag. I love. I mean,
do you believe?
That.
I hear you, man. I'm really curious about your living rubber insight. Why throw one over the other? Because those are really similar colors, right?
I don't throw pure living rubber. Honestly,
you like the mixture.
What?
You like the mixture of
the I just like using different materials. I think when materials expand and almost suspend at certain angles, like when the jig's done moving.
Yeah.
I just always like blending materials, and a lot of people like that too. I know a lot of people like.
I'm with you on that
all the time. When are we going to just make like a black living rubber color? And I think we really do need that.
You're going to do it. All right.
So many people ask, man, for just a pure black and pure brown living rubber.
That'd be pretty.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? That's awesome, man. That
80 years later, right? 60.
Isn't that crazy? It speaks to it speaks to the effectiveness or their experience with it, or they grew up fishing it because their grandfather or their father fished it. I think it's really cool, man. And because the trailer can add really the next level of contrast or color or whatever you're doing with your jigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending on what you believe in trailers, right? Because that's the whole next thing, right? What are you throwing on the end of that thing?
That's a fact. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm looking at the comments. I'm getting caught up.
Yeah, they're all over it, bro.
Yeah.
Am I hearing myself, Travis? What are you doing with that screen?
I was just typing.
Oh,
yeah, I like that PB&J color too.
Very nice.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments. You guys know I usually get up in these.
I know. What Travis asked, what's next? What's the next jig? Because you got some new stuff, right?
Yeah, well,
Maybe Dozer.
So we got new colors in the little Magnum, which that's the hematoma color.
Oh wow. Blue. I love. So I'm not the biggest jig flipper around, right? But if I'm gonna
black, blue, purple
to flip to, it's gonna be that product. I really like those little Magnums.
That little Magnum. Yeah, he did pick it up in New York. I watched him.
Oh, by the way, Travis, if you asked about a discount code, so you can use BC Friends 15.
BC Friends
15.
And does it matter if it's cap or not?
No, but no, you asked. Yeah, that's just whatever for the show.
I'm gonna put it in the comments here. Is that right?
What?
I typed it up.
I don't see it.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Oh, okay, you got it.
Maybe I can put a thing here. Hold on. Discount code BC.
We're sitting at like 3 to 4 days right now to get orders out, just so people know if they do want to order with the discount. Just trying to be respectful. If desire to get stuff quickly, I get it.
All right. Is this it right here?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Tom.
yeah. So what do we have? So yeah, the Dozer. Honestly, the baby Dozer. That one is this is our newest product. This one is really popular right now. This one I think is just going to keep going up because it's like one of those products that when you use it, it's just like functional, and you fish it, and you don't pop as many of them off. The hook's bad, like it just fishes well. So this one I'm really excited about this year. The little Magnums just always seems to be a favorite. There's well, I shouldn't say a lot that I know of. There's at least half a dozen guys on the big tour using that jig. So that's cool. I love seeing that.
Heck yeah.
The boat, even if, I don't care. I mean, yeah, I always like when, we get a friendly shout out, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They keep it in their pocket, man. Keep it low key.
Yeah, and that's all good. That's that is what it is. And then our little Swimbait, which I've sent you.
Yeah, you sent me some videos? Is that correct?
Yeah. Did you get those videos?
I have them. I just I think I can share those videos.
So that's
the 3.8.
So square tab tail, right? It's squared
well,
off.
It's got like a rounded.
It's got a flare.
It's
round.
And
got it.
And it's actually, dude, it's funny you say that. This tail,
yeah,
I'm sure like 90% of the people that are probably looking at this just assume that it's like, oh, Travis has the video, but that tail took like 3 different revisions just on the 3.8 size to get it right. This project was more of a pain in the ass than I anticipated it was going to be, because when you do see, the product or a better image, I think I sent Travis a fresh email with the 3D.
Okay.
Like
what were you after? Tell us about why you wanted that shape tail, or what were you trying to do and solve? I mean, or fill a void.
So the whole principle of the thing was just, there's 2 on the market that are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
You want a swim bait that basically, sorry, can people hear me?
Yes, we can still hear you.
Yeah, so that video looks grainy as heck. Like, I don't even know if you can see that.
It does. It's not a great video.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, but anyways, the whole principle is just like make a swim bait that has a super consistent, like wide kick, but barely crawling that thing along. For fishing at the bottom on a football head, or
I can see that. That would be awesome on like the sniper jig.
Yeah, I mean, well, so that's kind of the part that we're finalizing now, even as the production molds are done, is, the sniper jigs hold a Kitech, probably better than any other trailer on the whole market, like a Kitech 2.8 or 3.3 on that sniper jig keeper. I mean, that thing
sleep on that flatworm.
So we need to make sure our formula that we use can take enough salt such that you're able to use that bait on pretty much any of the. Oh, is this the same video?
I think it
seems to be.
One.
Oh,
it's grainy.
It's different, but it's grainy as hell.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you're doing the best. What do you get? You can kind of see it kicking.
I'm sure I sent you really shitty videos.
You did.
Yeah. But yeah, the point of the videos was just to show you that thing has barely any forward momentum, and it's got this like absolutely consistent kick. And obviously that's something that we all want, especially when it's colder, or you got to go out deep and just like drag something that's tiny.
Yeah, hold that up again, because it's part of the magic of it. It's just a super thin connector to that rounded tab tail. I mean, it's
that
thin.
flange. So
very
basically
thin.
the tail is really nice because it's rounded, but it has a little of the square at the bottom. So it's got just enough lift to where like when you retrieve it, the tail doesn't like want to dig down into the bottom. Like it will come just off the bottom and immediately start the kick. It's not going to like want to like dig down and screw it all up and make it wonky. Like when you get that thing going, it's got just enough lift to where the tail kind of stays up away from the bait. If that makes sense. Like
it does. No, it makes sense.
So, you'll see. I mean, I want to get samples out. I'm going to rush some samples in as soon as we run some stock and kind of just seed them out there. But, anyways, I don't want a million requests, but yeah, we'll figure that out. But, but yeah, when I get them here, you'll see, dude, they swim with this like beautiful cadence, at almost no forward momentum. And that was the whole point of this bait.
So there's for tight lining too, man. Right. I mean, tight lining,
there's the prototype.
Hover strolling, Derek.
Yeah. So Eric, you asked about the tail. If you look at the top, if you look at that top version, you see that material that's in like kind of a circle around the flange.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is kind of like, I shouldn't even be saying this because this actually took a lot of work to figure out, but not a lot, but it took a version. Yeah. So removing that material 35%, and you're talking about like a fraction of a gram of material.
Wow. That's crazy.
That tail completely made the bait like what we wanted it. Like, dude, it was literally, you were asking about, I know you're interested in design and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
And, I was
actually
pretty amazed as we tweaked, the materials and figured out where to shave weight. That, that little tiny bit of weight made the bait exactly what it needed to be. It completely changed 0.85. It's nuts.
But it's really cool. You're designing for a purpose and you can communicate. You're saying what you did and why you did it and what you did it for.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are just pushing out product to sell it. So I respect the fact that you're doing it that way. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Well, look, man, we're trying. People like seeing it. Honestly, the most successful stuff, just like the Dozer, it's like, you see a lot of big brands doing it. Honestly, it's like, can you make a better mousetrap? Like I don't claim to, like, we're not inventing, anything brand new, but I do genuinely think a lot of our stuff within those categories do a phenomenal job of like solving some problems that the hardcore guys want solved. So,
I mean, who doesn't want to solve the problem of getting the football jig hung up? Holy fudge.
Yeah. I mean, look, football jigs
pull your eyeballs
as much as others, but this one in particular tends to, it's pretty freaking user friendly, dude.
Which
I'll say that.
Which is, you're solving a problem and you're designed with purpose. That was my dad's tagline, man, for his graphic design business for 37 years. Gene Galasso Associates, design with purpose. If I see anybody steal it, I'm coming for you. So anyway, you can just hold off on that. Just design with purpose. But I love that. I think you'd respect that as the lure designer and somebody who's thinking about it. His was graphic design, but it had a purpose.
That's awesome, though. That's really good. I've been like rethinking kind of like, I want like to, like we use hashtag United the Pursuit. Like it's on our packaging.
I think that's cool, dude. I really think that's cool, though.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and a lot of people like that. I do want another tag though that's like a little aggressive. That's kind of like, but that follows those lines, Eric. Like,
I mean, dude,
not design with purpose, but it's like, how many. I don't even want to go here. I don't want to stir.
I know what you're about. Don't stir the pot. Just stand on your own 2 feet. Stand on what you just said. To me, your freaking name is aggressive. Beast Coast, dude. That says it all. Dude. United in Pursuit. To me, your brand is established. You got the game, man. I mean, I think I
don't know, man. We're still, dude, we're tiny, man. I'll tell you right now, we don't even have $1 million in revenue. Yeah. Which a lot of people are shocked about. But I'm like totally cool to say that because
you're very honest.
It's there, but
dude, that's a lot of jigs and plastic. Yeah. That's a lot. Dude. I mean, based on the constraints, I mean, you're self-funded. It's not like you went to, BB&T and took out a $2 million credit line for all the product development. And you're jamming the pipeline. To do that. I am going to have to do that at some point. Sucks. Which does especially
suck.
With interest rates so high. Dang.
Hey, we got to give a shout out. We got Dave Mercer's checking in, and I just want to say his last podcast, I think it was with was it Robertson?
Yeah, Autumn. He's tired of apologizing, man.
You guys got to check that out. No, Dave's not a troll like we had last week. This is the real. This is the real one.
How can you be sure? Because we had a troll Rick Clun on there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did have a troll Rick Clun come in. So
it truly was. He tried to masquerade, but he let the secret out last second. He said something very unbecoming to Rick Clun. Not Rick Clun. Not Rick Clun.
Wow, what an audience tonight, huh?
Yeah, 227, man. Heck yeah, we're still holding our own over here at Smallmouth Crush. I mean, you know, Travis lost the intern. We lost a little steam. I tried to step in and fill some gaps early this year, you know, with some posts and stories and all that. But I feel like we're going to lose steam again here in February, March, because I'm going to start fishing. I'm going down to Florida, so it's going to be what it's going to be. But we'll keep it real.
When are you going to Florida?
So I'm going to Florida the 16th. I'll drive down the 16th, and I'm gonna try to hook up. I'm going down with my river rat buddy, Billy Kramer. He's like the OG river rat up here, Derek. Dude's one more. Yeah. I mean, he's just a stud. I mean, taught me a lot about power fishing, how to approach rivers, tidal in particular, grass. I really enjoy his company, and Kevin Zott, which is his tournament partner. Now, Bill and I will fish a tournament here or there, but man, they'd invited me down for years. Travis, what are you doing with that volume? Anyway, and I always felt like I'd be the third wheel, and finally, like, dude, come with us. And I went down, and we had a freaking blast. And then I spent some time at the headwaters with a big bait guy named Keith Wilson. So I'm not bringing a boat. I don't have a boat for the first time in 15 years. And,
I know you mentioned that to me. I couldn't believe that, which is fine. I just it seemed unlike you without knowing you too well.
It's freeing. It's freeing me up because the whole concept is to go across the country on my Legendary Lakes tour and you know, meet bait makers across the country, fish legendary waters, and hopefully pick up with a bunch of Smallmouth Crush viewers. A lot of people have invited me, like Darius King. I would love to fish Kentucky Lake with Darius King. He's out there chucking flat sides today. You know, so I plan to do a southern swing and then come back on a northern swing and, you know, hit the legendary lakes I've been reading about, man. So that's the idea. Meet the bait makers along the way. Do a little.
Well, dude, I might have to hit you up when I might go down to Florida and meet one of my. There's a guy I know on here who's going down, Mike Zamp.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Zampese.
He's going down there. I actually thought I was going to be down there visiting Mama Duke's close to Headwaters.
Oh, shit. What? I'd be right in your backyard there, bro.
Well, yeah, dude, I know. And then I realized my daughter's getting baptized that week. So now I might just use some of my credit card miles from the business.
Right.
Just literally fly down there to fish overnight, hop on their boat, be a pain in the ass on the back.
I'm sure you got to do it, man.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Anyway,
man. I
sorry.
Been there.
I derailed this. I see like a lot of questions. There's Zam. Zam, 17th, 25th.
Damn, that's crazy. Same time I'll be down there. That's nuts.
All right, what else we got going on here?
That's right. Get it back, Travis. Way to go. Way to pull it back in, bro.
Yo, somebody was asking about flipping grass. So honestly, there's a lot of guys that do flip jigs, you know, flip grass. Oh, Nelson's on here. I'm getting so sidetracked right now.
Sometimes the comments are more entertaining than the actual show, I find.
Yeah, I love this.
You find.
Like,
well,
because Travis likes to watch the show.
I like to sit back sometimes. You know what?
Wait. You do, and that's fine.
All day.
Dude, you can sit back any stream you want because you know I'll handle it for you, and that's all good. Derek, you were talking about some guys like to flip jigs in grass.
Some guys,
you got distracted.
Yeah. But I think it depends. Like there was hardly any grass on Candlewood this past year because they're still kind of trying to figure it out. People have theories.
Right.
I mean, but anyways, the long and short of it is there was minimal grass. It grew in like October, which was weird.
Yeah. Oh my God.
They didn't really seem to be in it.
Yeah.
But not for me. But if it's sparse, you know, I flip a jig. But honestly, like once you get like a hard line, I feel like you got to. Well, we do have a 3/4 ounce little mag coming. Shit, that's actually important.
Yeah, that's a good one, man.
In milfoil, deeper milfoil, and we're going to put a little bit of a beefier weed guard in that 3/4 ounce size, turn it into more of a punching jig where you can really just pitch this thing into the grass. But you know, I would say mostly Texas rig for like true hard grass edge and stuff like that. Yeah, that's just how I learned on that lake fishing with buddies and whatnot. That just seems if there's grass and it's healthy and there's like hard lines and edges and stuff, and you just want to feather that thing all through them, I just feel like you can't go wrong with a Texas rig. But if it's, if you're fishing docks with grass around it, 100% of the time.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
At least just for me, which I don't mean shit. I hardly even fish derbies.
Dude, you kidding me? I mean, a dock with a little
I just
milfoil ring around a pole. I mean, are you joking me? Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So I'm just saying, I never liked it. Here's my thing. I get really bothered in this industry when people speak from a position of authority when they haven't really earned that. And so I always am very careful. Like, I always try and be, because like, truth be told, like, I haven't won a fucking $1 million in a derby, but like, I don't care. Cause like for Beast Coast,
neither have I.
I can defend.
Travis, neither of you. We're out. We're out of the stream. It's also, we don't know jack.
Well, my point is just, I don't like to give advice to a point where makes me feel like I'm attempting to come from a position of like authority or like, oh, I'm a fucking hammer. Like there's too much of that. There's too much of that in this industry. So I'm like the opposite of that. But anyways, just to rewind, I agree with you 100%, dude, which is if you're fishing docks with grass around them, you got to be silly. In my opinion, you just can't beat the abilities that a little grass type jig has for that situation. So
no question, man. It's a great choice.
Hey, what would be the trailers that you're going to put on that jig? Like top 3?
Great question, Travis. You're on point tonight, man.
I'm on it sometimes, Eric.
You are, bro. You're right there.
So on the back of the mag, literally, and anybody that I fish with knows this is not a lie. I literally cut a Flippin' Delight in half and throw it on the back of there. And a lot of people, especially the purists, think that's stupid because that Flippin' Delight it's a flippin' bait, right? Like it's not like a little, it doesn't have a little worm-like body that you just want to thread onto a hook and fish on a jig traditionally. But this little Magnum with that tungsten all in the head, that surface area actually, to me, like the 3/8 ounce and a half of Flippin' Delight, I could skip that thing to the bank from, all the way up the ringer of like a metal dock. And, that's because that, the trailer kept that thing up. Whereas if you use a salty little trailer or something like that, a thin, salty little trailer, like that tungsten head, especially the way that the little Magnum is designed, like that thing wants to go down. So honestly, I found it to be awesome. And I just never stopped really using it all year. Occasionally I would put like a pork chunk. Like if I was fishing a certain,
whoa,
I know I fish that occasionally. Yeah.
Whoa,
we're gonna recommend that jig
love it.
in April on the Chesapeake Bay using either pork or leather, one of the two.
Well, that's what so yeah, dude. Like there was
Who are you, man? Whoa, stop.
Early.
Hold up.
I don't even know what's going on.
Dude, I love the fact that we're going to go wreck them on the bay in April using that jig. But then you said, which is like, do you even own a piece of pork?
In April, that's what you throw on the back of a jig on the Chesapeake, bro.
But I asked you a very specific question. Do you own a piece of pork?
Absolutely.
You lying sack of whatever. Dude. I can't. You don't own any pork. Where you
Travis
gonna get your pork?
Has like one. He's got like one jar of Uncle Josh with like 2 left.
I've been in your garage a million times. You ain't got no pork.
Maybe I sold in the last auction.
You sold all that shit 3 years ago, bro.
Okay.
I would die if I walked in and saw some Rustiac pork jars. So anyway, I'm just calling. I like to keep you honest, man. I got the pork if you're really going to throw pork. Come on.
Anyway, that leather stuff.
We got, dude, I got that. I'm all in if you want to try it. Let's try it first.
Derek, anyway, why don't we go?
Derek, I want to hear about Derek's pork. I want to hear about Derek's pork.
You want to hear about my pork, dude?
Derek, tell me about your meat. I want to hear about your pork meat now.
Hey, I don't
why do you like, dude? Why do you like pork? Why do you throw pork? This is intriguing. I do not meet many anglers.
Honestly, dude, if I'm being honest,
throw pork. Yeah, be honest.
I again. N of one, just me. I like to throw it when it's cold, and I find that it's not like a reaction thing. I like, yeah.
Sorry, just showing off my pork.
But so when it's sorry, dude, I'm watching you and you're
I could do it. I could do it all night. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Talk to me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's just
What
saying,
is your? Do you use Uncle Josh, a new one?
Yeah, I just use Uncle Josh and I cut them.
Okay.
I do surgery on them with a fillet knife because no scissors cut those unless you use like electrical scissors.
So you actually use a Randy Blockett hack.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but all I know.
Just watch him over there. I got him all stirred up now. Just the mention of it. But anyway, all right. So you fillet it up. You thin it down.
Dude, I fillet it up for when I know that the jig is going to sit. Like, it's not a reaction thing. Like, I want them to see it fall.
Right.
Watch the jig freaking splay out. Yeah. Watch the little trailer sit there and undulate barely. Like, when it's cold, and they're shallow and they're in predictable places. Sometimes
my biggest,
like 2 weeks out of the year. That's it.
My biggest Potomac bass, it was in December, and it was on a little hair jig with a little piece of heat shrink tube with a glass rattle in it.
I thought it was
101.
I thought it was on a.
I said Potomac River.
I thought it was on a Lucky Strike, a Lucky Craft BDS 4, bro, in white.
That was the one that I lost.
Okay.
Biggest. Yeah, that was for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I lost a giant. That thing had it sideways in his mouth. That was in a derby too. That hurt. But yeah, it was a 101. Anyway, that's awesome, dude. That's pretty cool. Huh?
You hear me?
What'd you say?
Where I fished in the fall. Up on them rocks. Potomac? Yeah.
Yes, the one where I was throwing that Yozuri crankbait. Just testing it out that day. Yep. Anyway. That's way down from that. But yes, you're thinking about the right thing. All right, Derek. Pork for 2 weeks when it's cold.
I'm sorry, I'm reading comments right now.
Then what's your favorite trailer when you're not using pork on the back of that little Magnum? Travis, this is a great question. I love the trailer question.
Yeah, so to me, it's pretty right. There's only a couple factors you seriously need to consider when you're actually fishing. It's like, for me, skipping docks, dude. To me, you want like a wide surface area if you're using a tungsten jig. If you're using like a lead Arky style jig, it really doesn't matter because it doesn't want to go down quickly. It'll glide. They just stay up better. But, again, specifically, fishing shallow with like a tungsten little Magnum and wanting to put it in places, I would just cut a flip into light in half, throw the thing on the back of there. Occasionally, I'd cut those two antennae out in the middle if I have a reason. But mostly, I just wanted that buoyancy and that big flat surface area just to keep that tungsten skipping a little bit longer before it took its dive.
Before it just dies. Yeah, I got you.
And the cool thing about the little Magnum, which a lot of people understand now as they use that, is because that material is all in the head of that jig, it falls faster than any other 3/8 ounce jig on the market because it's tungsten. So it's, small, dense. It's got that perfect little kind of pointed teardrop shape. And, we use the double wire bait, trailer keeper.
Yeah.
So that all that material's in the head. Like that thing just wants to go down. And so that 3/8 little mag will get anything you put on the back of it kicking,
listen, I'm just going to tell the viewers right now, if you guys are into jig fishing, flipping, pitching, whatever, and you're a jig guy, I never claim to be
jigger crawls good,
big and do a lot of flipping, but I'm telling you, the little Magnum, okay,
my favorite.
Do yourself a favor and pick it up and try it. He's giving you what, 15% off. BC Friends 15 off your first order.
Travis, don't push too hard because I don't know what stock. Like honestly. I know it sounds shitty, but no, there's like a lot of stock. There is, but like some of the new colors, I just I got to do what's right by retail.
Yeah. So what jig are you making?
There's stock on site. That's all I can say.
What product are you going to make that's going to allow me to see them better on the live scope? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. I actually have a product that. So I don't even have live scope on my boat.
Whoa! What?
Do you really think you can make something that shows up on the live scope better?
Well, it's not just about that. But again, I can't speak to this because I don't even have it on my boat. I fish with live scope on my buddy's boat.
Good. Well, then you can't. It was a joke because someone in the comments, I saw something about, and here's a running joke. there's a lot of companies out there that are marketing to live scopers now.
Well, I know the joke. Believe me, it's ridiculous.
Okay, good.
But you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand how that forward-facing sonar catches objects and how you get reads. Like, all you need to do is fish with it a half a dozen or a dozen times to understand that there is a lot of potential to make products that could be really applicable to that. But
I don't
right
understand
now
because me and Travis talked about this, dude.
But do you really need to see better? In my opinion, dude, I can tell.
Well, I see exactly. I see the goddamn shad-shaped worm.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't have any problems with this, first of all. But I do think that there's a cool opportunity or two, especially the way guys have been kind of catching them with these kind of interesting non-traditional presentations. I do think that there's a cool opportunity or two to make something that's actually useful. But there's no point in really continuing that conversation.
Man, I don't know, man. It seems like they're just throwing it out there, putting it like live scope. It's a sonar.
Oh, I agree with.
I don't get it. I honestly don't get it because then you look at the design. They don't even talk about the action. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. If Travis could see little tiny baits like that, like me and Scooter were new live scopers, and we bought it literally for Hartwell because we figured we were going to go like a limited spot, which was the shittiest plan on the planet, by the way. But literally, the first time I threw the little shad-shaped worm down, I could literally see the shad-shaped worm doing this. I'm like, that thing is that big. And you could see all the fish swim right over to it and merge with it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, well, certain
what's going to make it better? I don't understand the logic. And Travis is the guy that should speak to this. He uses live scope more than anybody.
That's what I'm saying. What does Travis think is what I'm interested to hear.
Well, he had a rant, and then we debunked it in like the first 2 minutes of the show. It was
I had a rant. I think it's a big marketing scheme. I'm able to see whatever I need to see at whatever distance presented properly.
Because you're tuned and dialed.
And so it bothered a little bit. Listen, all right, let's move the conversation. I want to be selfish here and talk about the sniper jig.
Oh yeah, I want to go grab something. Yeah.
Okay. Please do.
What's up, Travis? You got quiet.
Just text and checking messages.
I grabbed some snipers. But Eric, to completely rewind, it was really cool. I used pork on the back of a jig, and I just did something I'd never really done before. As far as just being patient, and I was getting the weirdest bites, but they were big, and that's with a little mag and a pork chunk when the water was like cold still.
What was cold to you? Because I was fishing in 43 degree, and literally I was crawling that jig using a spinner rod, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, 43 is cold to me.
I was fishing in like 8 feet of water.
I was fishing in 4 to 6. They came up, moved as the tide went down. They moved up on the sledge to feed. Yeah, late in the day, like 1 o'clock, 43 degree December. And literally, Derek, I was dragging, not a lot of action, but if I felt it was basically pea gravel, sand, I drag, and there was a series of a larger chunk rock. And if I'd beat that chunk rock, I literally had to sit there and just go shake it and that rattle. Tickle. Yeah. And sometimes a minute and a half. And I think I got my limit that day, but that one fish stood out, of course. I couldn't fit him in the live well straight. He had big bug eyes, man. His tail was as big as my shoe. We didn't have a scale. I let her go, man. She was a giant.
We posted some pictures the past couple of weeks. 37 degree water. They're not. I was out there with my buddies cracking on this Dozer jig.
It
was crazy. I mean, I'm talking about like the big stick, like 17 euro. Treat that thing like you were it was so much fun.
That's awesome.
Out of that jig.
What was your trailer that day? What was your trailer that day?
Well, yeah, I will say the deal was a little twin tail Yamamoto, or a subtle little twin tail grub.
That's a good one.
Listen, I do want to. I mean, a lot of people that are watching. I'm going to bet 80% know all about the sniper jig already. But I just want to say, because I get this asked a lot, what type of trailers? And I'm going to tell you straight up here. I'm always experimenting, but I found that a Z-Man TRD, believe it or not, is a great trailer to put on the sniper jig. The Strike King Ned Rage Bug is another great trailer that I use a lot, because when that jig is falling straight down, it's kicking. It looks amazing. Unless you see it underwater, like, you can't comprehend how good that little Rage Ned Bug is as it's falling. Third, your traditional Smallie Beaver, or what is it? The TRD Bugs by Z-Man is good. And then
that's a good trailer.
As Derek,
my favorite, you missed my favorite.
The Yamamoto twin, but cut it a little bit.
Not my favorite.
Or any little 2.8 swim bait on this.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
I got one that's a sleeper that I think it's got the
sleeper
flatworm.
Is so stupid.
Flat nose minnow, but it's called you still haven't caught one bigger than I have on your sniper jig. I caught it on camera, dude, and you were Ned rigging. This is when we're filming the Beast Coast jig sniper jig video, and I caught the big fish so far on the boat with Travis. Travis still hasn't tested my Beast Coast sniper.
On here
it was flat nose minnow, guys. Don't sleep on it, especially after you can't use any more on a drop shot. Just keep them. Trust me on that one. Green pumpkin goby.
Yeah, honestly, that's what's so cool about this sniper jig, Travis.
What are guys throwing? You hear more than you don't know. What are you hearing feedback-wise on that jig?
Well, you guys covered, I mean, honestly, you guys covered those little, that one that's like a tiny beaver that Z-Man makes. I forget what they call that. They're TRD bugs.
Yeah, Travis just talked about it. He did.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I said, you covered that one. A flatworm. A 2.8 or 3.3. And somebody on here mentioned it, a little chigger crawl. Okay. And honestly, that's what's cool about this. So I don't know if anybody hasn't seen this. So here's a 1/2 ounce. But the sniper jig is a pretty simple little thing.
Dude, I caught so many fish this summer and fall with clients dragging a 1/2 ounce Mothman with
this is a hybrid color with marabou tied in.
Oh, yeah. You know I like fur and feather, baby.
Yeah. So this is the keeper. For those of you guys that like to drag little swim baits, like a little 2.8 or 3.3, like a fat impact, that keeper right there will literally not let go.
Great keeper.
Yeah.
Can't argue with it, man.
For a Kitech, you'll bust the tail off.
With Lindsay mentioned there's a lot of Japanese plastics that pair well with that. And I agree. I kind of went on that kick and bought.
What'd you use?
We went through it already a year or so ago. I used a lot and I love it. It works. It's different, but at the same time, your standard baits that you can get quick are just, to me, were just as effective.
Yeah.
I mean, how dumb is a Yamamoto twin tail grub?
Dumb.
And it just
easy.
Works.
It's old, dude.
It works.
Yeah, it does.
It does, man. It does. Hey, no question. Been working for how many years now?
Yeah. I do trim a little. I'll take a quarter of an inch, maybe a 1/2 inch off sometimes.
Makes sense.
I've done a full one. If you do a full twin tail on the back of that little sniper, it looks a little strange, but I don't mind it. I've done it.
You get a bigger bite maybe with the bigger profile? Do you feel like that's sometimes
possible?
possible?
It's hard for me because I catch we're fishing in places where there's so many fish in different sizes, and it's not like, I could get a 5-pounder on a drift and I catch a couple 2-pounders,
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's hard to say.
But that's
sixes are hard to get.
Go ahead.
I was just kidding with Travis.
I was going to say that. So one of the cool things about the sniper jig, like no sales pitch, like me, I don't even we don't need to. The jig's badass. But one of the coolest things about it is that jig's hook, just like the Dozer, which, you know, I was just watching people, you know, like jack them on 17-pound fluoro with a cinch drag, you know, 4 and 5 pounders. That little sniper, that 2.0 hook, people are fishing that thing on like medium heavy casting gear and 12 to 15-pound fluoro, the 3/8 and a half ounce size. And that little jig is handling it totally fine. And it's cool too, because I think a lot of it is like, it's nice to know that you can get away with that, especially when you don't need to like sit there with the fairy wand and do what you got to like.
You call it that. Hey, so real quick, MJ, he says he loves the net baked tiny Paca on the back of that and the Max Scent Little General. And thank you.
I've heard of that.
That totally slipped my mind. I talk about this a little bit, maybe on a VIP.
No, Travis, you did.
You guys, and I love Z-Man, but I'm telling you right now, last September, October was the Little General for me.
Leo General, as Hank Parker would say. Leo.
Yeah. And I think if I have not thrown on the back of a sniper. There's so many things, you know, I just forget.
Throw anything.
Yeah. Dude, you just throw anything. It's just smaller. It doesn't have a
honestly, it's just anything. Anything.
There is something with Max Scent and putting on the back of the little the Mothman. Guys ask me my favorite colors. Sexy Melon and Mothman is pretty much.
That's a fact. Oh yeah, I still owe you a whole bunch of those.
I know you do, bud.
You got to send me your new address.
No, I'm still at my house till July, bud.
Oh, you are?
Oh yeah, I carry a mortgage for 6 months on 2 houses. That's how I roll.
That sounds awful, dude. Sounds so bad, dumb.
No, Derek, it doesn't matter. You'll learn later. It does not matter. Don't even worry about the money, man. Don't spend
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Well, I mean, I know how stressful it can be if you pay attention to the money and you're in that situation too. I'd be like,
he's good with it. It's all
money
good.
doesn't matter to me.
You'll find out. You'll find out later. You'll understand why. Just pray to God he's right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
End it while you can, bud.
How many years we have left, Travis? Just tell me that.
18 years.
How many?
18.
18, huh?
If you don't have a personal safe with
into it right now, but the evidence is everywhere.
It is.
It's suppressed. It's suppressed, but it's everywhere.
I'll send you a private picture and you'll understand.
Eric, are you in agreement with him on this?
Fuck no.
No. Eric thinks everything's cozy. There's no deep state. There's nobody interfering with our lives.
Didn't say that.
Are normal.
Politics
there you go. Are normal.
That's why you're. That's why you're going to disintegrate. I'm vibrating at the right frequency. Don't try to mess me up, bro. You said I'd be fine. So
Eric is going to be fine. I love the guy,
right?
Because he's so fucking weird about things in a good way.
I'm the weird one. I'm the weird.
You're different, bro. But I think different.
You guys are both. You guys are both equally different.
I think he's
on.
This is good. This is just a taste, man. Just a taste. We might have to go to after hours privately early. I can't wait to listen. I just have to hear what he says after it. I just want to see his reaction. I'm dying for that one. Drooling for it, actually. Oh yeah. This picture that I'm about to send you, Derek. I'm going to say something privately. I don't think Travis has seen this, but this will explain everything. You ready for it? Beast Coast, you do run your social media, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that runs your social media?
Noah, but he just has a lot. He rarely.
Okay, good.
No, send it to me or send it to the account. That's fine.
Okay. Messaging Derek, Beast Coast.
By the way, whenever you're ready to talk about lures again, we got some.
We are
colors in our little working man's compact swim jig too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Carl, that Vanquish jig. So that's actually a good thing to bring up is the comments are great. So we're going to a BKK hook in our Vanquish jig. So we'll have inventory landing in about the next 30 days. So basically, that hook is phenomenal. It's the same hook that's in our little Magnum, and it's going to go in that Vanquish jig now, except we're not going to be using a micro eye, which we do use in the little Magnum. So just a traditional Arky style. But again, it's going to, sorry. Oh, Weensy. What's up, Mike?
Yeah, I have vino.
Mike, I owe you a text back, or you messaged me. He's one of the people on the list. I don't even know what he said.
Brown Bait Co. We don't manufacture.
Word.
We contract everything out.
Oh, by the way, Weensy's going to be on the show coming up. I don't know when.
Nice.
Yeah.
You mean like next show, VIP or what?
No, he wants to talk about spawning.
Oh, cool. That'll be a great time.
Mike's got good eyes. I've
Yeah,
seen
he
it.
does.
Yeah.
He does.
I want to get up to Candlewood with him, man. It'd be fun.
Dude, you
can show me the way.
Catch the right day during that time of year, and it's
he said
crazy.
it's incredible.
Actually, what's amazing is driving home from the shop today and then driving back. Well, I didn't see it driving back. They dropped if Mike's still listening, the lake literally went from like 3 feet down to like 8 feet down. Like the lake is at least almost got to be almost 8.5 feet down as from like a day and a half ago. They draw it down.
Why?
Most years they say for
winter
dock maintenance, but it's
I
think, or maybe they're open about the fact that it's for milfoil control too. But it's a crazy drawdown this year. It's
holy moly, that's huge. You got to pull your dock, right?
I don't have a house in the lake.
No, but do people have floating docks or fixed docks?
Yeah, they just some of them pull them, some of them just leave them, and it's not like it's got depth, but it's not like some of those impoundments down south where like it's a bluff.
It's a right.
And the people that do have that have to drag them out. Yeah, but most of the lake has kind of like a tapering shoreline. It's like pretty gentle down to like, there's bluffs in the lake, but
it can't freeze over, right? I mean,
frozen right now. I mean, the bays are open.
So that's what they do is they draw it down, and so that's why people keep their docks in or pull it. Like where I am in my Western Lake, you have to pull your dock. Yeah, everybody's got to pull it by November 15th. They're all
what do
out.
You mean? That's a rule?
Yeah, Mr. Unrule.
That's a rule? The government put a rule that says you have to take your dock out of this.
No, it's a deep state rule, and it really got me angry, Travis. So I've written a letter to my congressman. It's a deep state thing, dude. Yeah, they're just all about control. I don't give a fuck. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
No, is it a rule or not?
It's a rule
on the lake.
It's a rule, Travis. Oh, that's just angry. You're gonna lose some sleep over that tonight. I don't think twice about it, bro. Just pull my dock and move on with my life. Got bigger fish to fry. Come on, bro. Is that a rule? Is that a rule? The government makes you pull your dock. Is that a rule?
Travis, you would have had a good time at the show at the expo this year.
Yeah. Why? Was it a good one?
Yeah, it was just fun.
Yeah.
It's always a good,
Oh, shows are a great time, man.
Yeah, absolutely. This one is definitely, I mean.
Especially if you're staying there. You get to go out afterwards, hang out, have a dinner, have a beverage, smoke a bone. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Cigar. I smoke cigars.
Oh, do you?
We smoke
I love them. Dude, we went on a backwoods cherry flavor.
Bro,
Travis got this new one. Oh my God, it was so good.
On a Chesapeake Bay, and we smoked dozens of cigars all day long.
It was
next time I would move, I'd pull one out over to Eric, and Eric would be like, "Yeah, I'll take it."
Yeah, hit me with that.
Blueberry or black or
Sean.
Berry or something.
They were mixed berry, and they were so good, man. I think I got hoarse. I lost half my voice because I
haven't smoked since April. We got to get into it again.
I think we will.
I got a pack in the back of the truck.
Dude, I don't know how you're not smoking one right now.
I know I could.
Right. Especially the
right
fresh
here
paint.
In the house.
Smoke one in your house before everybody gets there. The paint smell covered up. It won't last. I'd actually enjoy one on the stream right now. I think that'd be hysterical to watch you smoke a backwoods smoke.
No. What happened?
Those are so good. Oh, well,
that
that's
would be
problem,
funny,
man.
Travis.
Well, if your wife's watching now, she knows we chain smoke cigars on the river.
Well, I think she knew that. I told her.
Okay, that we really enjoyed them.
Well, I didn't tell her, but I don't
Man.
know. We're fine. We're good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm hungry, man.
Plus the black tiles are pretty good.
I need a snack.
Remember
They're
the
really
wood
good
tip?
too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they were all delicious, man.
Derek, what do you like to smoke?
You know.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I mean, I don't smoke cigars and I don't smoke cigarettes.
The green.
No. I can't really say that openly. My mom might watch this.
It's legal.
Mom, it is legal in Connecticut. The government allowed that to be legal. It's no rule against it.
No, there shouldn't be a rule about any type of plant, Eric. If I want to grow weed or sunflowers or corn in my backyard and collect rainwater, I should be able to do that. In fact, I should be able to put insulation, electric, flooring, and anything without a building permit.
That's a fact.
The guy comes, I identify as a sovereign citizen.
I gotta go.
When you gave me my social security number when I was born, and my parents were forced into the system,
I can't do this again. I can't do this again.
I'm not part of this corporation. I'm not part of the corporate United States of America.
I can't do
Therefore,
this
I
again.
will not get a building permit to do what I want to do on my damn house in Jefferson County in Calcium, New York.
But what happens? So tell me this, Travis. What happens if your house collapsed on you and you went to the hospital? Do you have insurance?
Good point.
I don't want to talk about that. That's a huge scam as well.
I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I got a date. I got a date with my wife. I can't do this again, man.
No,
Derek.
we're good. We're good.
I'm serious. I gotta go. I got Netflix. I was on a time limit tonight, man. 9:30. It's been great, Derek, to see you again, bro. I can't wait to fish with you. Hopefully, we'll hang out at a show one time. It's
Dude,
awesome,
you need to honestly, man, Eric. Before you leave,
shit, the comments.
I was telling Travis, I seriously I want to come up and throw, and I'd love to find like the optimal time to visually look at fish eat that sniper jig, like pre-spawn, late pre-spawn, if we can catch a good weather week. Oh my god, Travis, I'm lazy as hell, but because I'm working and I have Candlewood in the backyard.
Dude,
but I'm coming up this time, dude. So maybe you can make the trip and we can go.
Dude,
jump
you're
on
talking about
Travis
on Ontario? That'd be awesome. I mean, the dude's got eyeballs like nobody's business. He can make that happen. He knows where to find them. I mean, I watched him work. It was crazy. He's seeing fish.
Travis?
I don't see him. I'm I'm looking in the shallows. He goes, "There's one right there." I'm like, I don't see shit, but I see a rock. And then I go, "Oh, I see one," and I'm like, "No, that's another rock." The shadows play game. It's like light and shadows games. It's crazy. Travis, you are just soaking in the comments right now. You lit them up again.
They went off, dude. They did.
But look, I'm watching you people with my wife tonight. I got to roll, man. It's an early one for me. Derek, man, congratulations on all your success, man. Thank you, everybody on the stream. Ditch Melon is sold out in a half ounce. I'll try to get some more in a bit, but thank you guys for all the support. And Derek, you're crushing it, man. Keep it rolling, guys. Travis, hit me up later if you can, man. If you're up at 1, I'll be up.
I'm painting, bro. But yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I miss you, dude. I want to talk to you.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks, man. Peace on out, everybody. Peace.
These comments are great.
He gets a little nervous, Derek, sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't think he really had a Netflix with his wife.
Who, Eric?
Yeah. It's a cover.
No.
Yeah.
Why do you think he got nervous?
I got my suspicions.
Why do you think he got nervous?
You know, just saying, he got a little nervous. He gets a little nervous with topics.
Anyways, Travis, is there anything else?
He's not here to defend himself, so.
Yeah.
Man, these comments, dude. I can't even catch up here.
I know, it's crazy. There's some good ones.
Oh man. Jeez.
No, it's not opium.
Oh man.
The Beast Coast ever make a small jig like what Kitech makes, mono spin jig or guard spin?
Ooh.
Probably not. I mean, to me, like there's opportunity to do something like that, but there's just so many other key products that we don't have yet that's probably not going to be in the near future.
Mm-hmm. These comments.
Ew. Did you see that one? Have you ever heard of somebody smoking bed bugs? It makes people trip.
No. Oh man. Listen, Derek, you literally have an awesome business. I think you extremely creative when it comes to the baits. The website is awesome. It's amusing. It's nice to have. You kind of have a sense of humor on that website, or just really creativity. It's one of the best, for a smaller bait company to put that type of work into the website and the design. I mean, that's one of the coolest things. Like your logos for the baits are amazing. We've talked about that in the past.
Are you stoned?
No, I'm just telling you, dude.
I had to ask you, dude. You got a little glazy look in your eye with a little.
No, it's because I'm tired. I'm tired.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, Travis, I know you like the website. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dude, we try, man. You have to. There's just too many big brands that just rule this industry that you just, if you don't do everything to the best of, your ability, you're just going to get crushed by them. So we're trying, man.
Heck yeah. Oh, so Steve goes, now that EE is out, what do you make of the balloon? I'll be honest with you guys. I don't watch the news. But I'll hear things, I'll see things, and I'll casually observe things in my environment. And when the mainstream media is talking about a Chinese weather balloon, I already know it's not a Chinese weather balloon. So I don't have to dig into it. I just know the narrative is incorrect. Whatever it is, it's not a Chinese weather balloon. Okay?
I actually kind of agree. Yeah.
What you hear on the news is not the news. And we should know that. We all know that. I don't understand why more Americans don't resonate with that.
Yeah, it is amazing that people watch the news without any degree of
propaganda show is what any news network is. Fox included, CNN included. It's to keep us fighting, keep us worrying, keep us. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, Travis, not to get you going, but in speaking with contacts and stuff, just trying to get work done, abroad, like in China. I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't be fair for me to say what percent of the population, but a lot of the population, like a sizable chunk, they just know instantly that the news has all been manipulated. Like it's
sure
comical.
I've read that before.
We put so much stock in mainstream media.
You have to be careful.
I'm backing up your point, fucker.
I understand that. And I'm going to agree with you. You have to be careful where you're getting your news about that.
Yeah.
Because I've heard the same thing, that 90% of the Chinese believe, they wonder why we take our news so seriously when they know all of their news is propaganda.
Yep. Yeah. It's like humorous that we're just, so naive, apparently, as a population, that we don't really take anything with, a grain of salt, I guess. It's just, oh, yeah, you believe it, but mostly bullshit.
I love it. I think this is the most entertaining time to be alive, at least since the last reset. So my theory is that things get
all right, that's my 5-minute warning.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, I just want to make a quick point. I think we should be thankful that we have this amazing real movie in life movie going on that we can look at. Don't get nervous. Don't get mad. Don't get upset. Just take it for what it is and enjoy the ride. That's what's going on right now. You ain't changing politics. You pick a side, you're in that paradigm now. You're part of it.
We don't even watch the news. I choose to completely stay out of it until I absolutely have to, and just so I'm like somewhat informed of key
I like
shit.
to follow inform. No, that's the wrong word. Entertain, not informed.
Yeah.
You can't
I guess what I say is I do my own homework occasionally.
Firsthand, and other people's philosophies and theories on life. That's what you have to resonate with. This secondhand stuff that we're getting, I don't trust none of it, dude.
Wow, Travis. Just inspiring stuff.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, you'd be fun to fish with for a day. Yeah, that'd be interesting shit.
Oh, man. I know.
All right. Travis.
All right. What else you got? Are you done?
I'm out of here. I'm going
Just like
home.
that? Guys, listen.
Home.
Beast Coast Fishing, BC Friends 15. If you're watching this on the replay, you'll leave that code up for a little bit. Check out their stuff. If you're not familiar with Beast Coast, go on their website. You're going to be impressed. You're going to be blown away. Dude, we didn't even talk about half your products.
I know, man. Just because it seems like,
but we did good.
Like everybody had a good time.
You happy? I'm happy.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you want me to, I'll chill. If people want to talk, I'm down to chill. But
yeah,
it seems like everybody's
we have 200 plus watching, man.
What?
There's 200 plus watching. I mean, we can't just leave.
Well, what do you want me to talk about?
Let's talk about some of your plastics. We haven't even touched. We talked about the Swimbait that's coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
it's important. It's important. Let me grab another beer. This is After Hours with Beast Coast.
All right, I'm going to grab some stuff.
Holy shit. Almost drank the sixer already? How am I going to paint? Yep. Like the curtains, guys. I stand with Ukraine. Most corrupt government in the world. Sean, I'm not afraid to be in the house. I checked it out. I've had a couple nights in here by myself. We're good.
I guess we should have talked about the we got the new Blade Runner colors. Travis, you fished this bait?
Oh, wow. On the back of a chatterbait for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I like that. Is that like a little baby bass in white bottom?
Yeah, so it's pumpkin shad is the color. And yeah, it's a dark green pumpkin, pearl laminate with some flake. But that's a new color as of about 2 weeks ago. And this is just showing up now. I think a couple of our dealers have them. But this color, and I secretly like the smell of our scent.
Do you? Hey, we got a couple questions that seem to be pretty interesting. Somebody asked, what is a sleeper Beast Coast bait that's just not well, I'm trying to find the exact comment here. I just saw it. What is the most underrated sneaky Beast Coast bait out there, in your opinion?
I mean, that's like a hard thing, So to me, honestly, it sells really well, but our flip into light, I personally think I think that's the best Texas rigging just all-purpose flipping bait, punching bait. You can use it to punch. Doesn't have any appendages. That Flippin' Delight to me is the best at what it does, which is it's the only big full-size creature bait you can pitch around on a jig or a light Texas rig, like a 3/16, and you get this incredibly beautiful, super wide kind of flutter, even on that lightweight. And almost no other flipping bait will do that. I mean, you pull a flipping bait out of the bag, first of all, 20% of the time, you're lucky if the claws aren't completely tangled to where you got to like almost, flip a 3/4 or a 1 ounce to get it consistently moving. So that's probably, so I say,
that's what I do like about that, because you can use a small weight. And
yeah, a lot of people like to do that. A lot of people like to use a 3/8 ounce weight or a quarter, but that 3/8 ounce weight with a lot of the popular flipping baits on the market that are supposed to kick and flap or flutter or whatever, like you're cutting it close to whether they actually do that on the fall with a 3/8 ounce weight, especially if it's not pegged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this Flippin' Delight, it doesn't really matter what you put it on. You're going to get a ton of flutter with this bait, and it's super consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey,
So,
real quick before I forget too, I don't mean to cut you off, but Tom brought up Lakeside Outfitters a few times. I've actually never been in their store yet.
Yeah, they're a cool pro shop. I've never been there, but I've spoken to them.
They're stocked up. You know what? It's pretty cool because there's nothing really around Oneida Lake in Syracuse, like an actual tackle store that was legit for many, many years. And so I do owe it. I do want to make a trip over there to see those guys. And I know they carry a lot of your products. So
no. So to answer your question, I told them that, well, excuse me. Sorry, I'm getting caught up. Oh, thanks, Carl. Yeah, that bait is sick. But yeah, Lakeside, they seem like a really cool little pro shop, really good people. I know they carry the snipers, the mags, some magic flicks. So they have a really nice assortment of our stuff. I assume they'll be bringing at least, hopefully, most of it back once they gear up for spring. I'll have to reach out to those guys and see what they
here's
think.
another. You mentioned the magic flick. I've made videos about that in the past. And
yeah, that's a good one too.
I've used it. I think it's very underrated because the colors, people don't realize, like, if you really look, if you go on your website and look at the colors, you have some amazing finessey looking drop shot colors that you just can't find, like special, the way it just, and you have to see it in person really gosh, like, what do you think your number one magic flick color would be?
Yeah, that bankroll. Well, Gobi is a really popular color, but
the Gobi color is like a kick-ass. Like, it's not like a normal Gobi color. Like, there's a lot going on with that Gobi pattern that just, especially if you look at it in the sun or different conditions.
Yeah, that iridescent pearl, that powder we use in that bottom layer's got a lot more than meets the eye going on. There's like some blue undertones. Yeah, no, the Gobi colors, but that bankroll color, bankrolls that like iridescent, almost luminous green bottom layer, but it's like kind of almost like and then it's got that kind of purple, pink iridescent top layer. That bankroll color, I think, is like it's been one of our top sellers for the past couple of years. And
we had another question somewhere here about, do you have to keep your baits in the packaging, or can you put them in a 3,700 tackle box and store them that way?
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, that just depends on your preference. I mean, I would never put flipping bait. I see guys that just load their, like, honestly, half the time, like, it doesn't matter what bait you use. If you jam a bunch of plastics into a tray, like, they're not going to stay intact, and that would bother me. I know a lot of guys do it. If you're flipping like a heavier weight, it doesn't really matter much, but I don't like to just, you can, but all plastics, we use a totally unique formula, but there's still some memory, just like any plastic. So, I mean, I would not advise you just taking a whole bunch of flipping baits, but like the Blade Runners, I mean, they keep a little easier, I guess you would say. Jigs I like to store as individually as possible. I know there's some guys that like, they don't care. I honestly have a couple bins that are just piles of them. So I guess I shouldn't even say that I'm that organized with jigs. But yeah. That's personal preference.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when you come up here, we'll have to make a trip.
Pro Smoke Special's a good color. Yeah.
We'll have to make a trip to Lakeside, dude, and go in the store. We should do like a meet and greet and do some stuff. We need to do some stuff there.
I know, dude. Well, hopefully this year I'll not be lazy. Well, it's not even about being lazy. It's just like, I don't know. I have such good fishing, like right in the back, that I'm like, fuck, like, am I really going to drive 5 hours? But I do want to do it. Like, it sounds epic. Dude, I know I'm so lazy when it comes to stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I get it, especially if like they're biting the way that I like to catch them and stuff. It's so hard. So hard to get me to leave my little bubble. But we are going to do it, dude, this year, 100%. I already broke the news to the wife.
So besides the Swimbait coming out, is there anything in your head that maybe not even be on paper yet, of ideas for products in the future?
Oh yeah. There's a couple, but in the near future, like that 3/4 ounce little Magnum, it's just a jig size. I know that probably doesn't excite a lot of people, but I also know that there's enough people that religiously fish that little Magnum jig to where that 3/4 ounce size is going to be, I think, like a very exciting release, which I know it's just a size in an existing product. It's not that exciting, but that 3/4 ounce size little Magnum is going to be freaking awesome. Like it's going to be fun to flip a jig where I think usually me personally would have leaned towards a Texas rig or something. I just think it's going to be perfect for flipping deep grass and, depending on depending on the final spec of the weed guard, we still just need to figure out what fiber diameters we're putting in there. But it could be a freaking awesome punching jig too. So that one's going to be cool. So that's a 3/4 ounce little Magnum. And then so our Swimbait, the name was tentatively the Easy Rider, but I think I'm going to change that name, which is going to piss some retailers off because they've already got setup information over and all that, which sucks. But I do think I got to change the name. So
why and what to what?
Well, so yeah, I should go on record right now and say tentatively slow roller or slow roller. The slow roller.
I like slow roller.
This thing is going to be meant to just creep. And we
already I know what the logo on the website would be. You're going to make like the Swimbait into like some type of car that's got like somebody on the steering wheel. That's just like,
wow, your brain's really creative right now, dude.
I'm just saying. That's
I don't know, dude. Maybe
that's exactly what you're going to use. There's going to be a car on top of the bait with some guy with his elbow on the window and his hand at noon.
With a doob hanging out?
Yes.
That would actually make it like fit with slow roll up. If we went that route.
Yeah.
But no, so Travis, there's actually 2 other items that are coming, hopefully for fall. But yeah, in the immediate future, the releases are that 3/4 ounce.
I gave you some ideas of stuff I'd like to work with you, but you didn't seem too excited. But I'd like to circle back at some point.
We can. I feel like we have our little jig. We're both very happy with it.
Yeah, awesome. There's other things you need to be doing.
Dude, I know we really need something. We need a little finesse crawl. Like I want to do like a tiny little pork. Like there's so many things that can be done. But the budget is fixed, especially because the amount of inventory that I need to purchase is just like increasing to the point where it's like,
dude, it's crazy. Like, when did you start this company?
5.5 years ago, I think.
That's bonkers.
Dude, that's a long time, man. A lot of people's businesses grow way faster than this little thing.
No, you're doing great. You have such a committed, you have a group, you have hardcore. Like once people sample and use your product, they're committed to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have loyalty. We definitely have a dedicated consumer. Like our customers like our shit for sure, which I love because that's all we got, dude. Like if you're small in this industry and you actually want to try and like make a living and build a business and a brand, like you better, try and make something really good, or do something cool with the brand, or hopefully both, like really, like we're just making really good stuff for guys that are hardcore bass fishermen. And like, you better do a good job at that, because if you don't, you're going to go out of business pretty quick, because the big guys will stomp on you. Like the retailers, the buyers, the media, no offense, Travis.
Can you talk about some of the pressure you've gotten from other tackle manufacturers, or not really? Do you want to go there? No.
I mean, like I don't care. I don't care.
Like if they feel pressure, and that should make you feel good, right?
Yeah, basically this industry is just, it's like, especially the big brands that, look, here's the best way I can say it without, offending anyone, especially people that I don't necessarily want to stir the hornet's nest on or to. But it's like the big brands in this industry, they're all very aware of how valuable their intellectual property is worth. And they're also very aware that, the little guys that come into this industry are small and budgets are limited. And often all they have is their brand and their inventory. And so they're in a position to fucking squash you. So they send out cease and desist letters like it's crazy. And, if you don't have a buddy that's an attorney that you can just take an hour to sit down with and actually review the IP that they claim to own, you can give up really quickly. And I almost did a couple of times. And then when you actually get down to brass tacks, it's like, there isn't actually, look, I'm not going to go any further, but the point is, yeah, man, it's been, it's just dealing with one pile of shit after the other sometimes. But then it all is worth it when, like, you get guys that are super happy with the product and the brand, and like retailers are happy with the product and the brand, I think, for the most part, obviously. And so all that stuff makes it worth it. But yeah, dude, it gets really frustrating, especially because these are the big brands who have contracts with all the anglers that move the media in the industry. And even if they like your product, understandably, they're not going to discuss it openly anywhere. And so that element of the industry gets really fucking annoying sometimes. And I'm just going to go out and say it, but like, it's cool. We're growing and I'm happy with the way things are going. And we've got like people that love our products, which is sick. So we're just going to continue to follow kind of this path and kind of the same formula, I guess you'd call it. Because that's all really that you can do. I can't outspend these guys. So we're just going to have to hope that we can keep making good stuff, and people see that, and the retailers keep getting behind it, and hopefully everything will be rosy. I hope. But
yeah.
Anyways, wow. You invited that rant, dude.
I did. I'm glad. No, I think it's important, man. I'm right there. Like, it's frustrating because
nobody's tried, just to answer questions, nobody's tried to buy anybody out. We're not really attractive yet for anybody to buy out. Like, I'll just say that. Like,
I don't know, man.
A little brand.
I know smaller companies have been bought out before.
Yeah, but we're not there yet, dude. Like, I'm not there yet.
Would you take it?
I got so much work.
Take it,
and I love it. What?
Would you take it, or would you keep going?
No way, dude. Like, no way. I've got like 5 more years of like as much as I can give. Because, dude, it's fun now. Like, I like the stuff we're making, and like, there's enough retailers to where I can like actually kind of.
How many employees? So it's yourself and
2.5. That's it. Everything's to answer a lot of the other questions. No, everything is contracted out. It's taken a long time to find partners to trust that can actually manufacture to the capabilities and the requirements that I want stuff manufactured to, and you guys, like hardcore bass guys want stuff manufactured to. So, but that helps, that's huge. And that's the only way I love running the business that way. Like I don't have, like, I honestly, like I envy some of these guys that actually can manufacture, beautiful products and do a really good job. you know, like Jamie Samatis is on here. Like, dude, he injects, man. He does it. He machines, and like I honestly, I told him this. Like, I don't know how you deal. Like, I can't deal. I just can't even think about. Like, it's just a whole different business than how I run this business. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm technically a manufacturer, but really all of the upfront work goes into prototypes and money spent on prototypes. And then those prototypes go to a place that I trust, and then they get it right. And then, you know, and then it's dialed, and then we're, you know, and then we're, and then
Carl has a question. Like, who packs your baits on a daily basis? Do you have, so someone's taking orders every day?
No, we don't. So actually, so Noah builds a lot here in the shop, but honestly, almost all of our stuff now is like all of our plastics, like larger volume stuff, is completely packed out abroad, and then, you know, loaded up on pallets, and, you know, our broker will collect those, and they'll get on a boat, and we got to just sit there with our thumb up our ass until they get there. But fortunately, like, it's easier to plan demand on the plastics.
No, I meant like your daily orders.
What do you mean, like web orders?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like me or Noah, like, we'll pick those.
Okay.
Yeah, but like actually, like packing product, like I don't even have anything handy. I got to go down the and but like our product comes case backed for the most part. Like gorillas, battle flips, and hustler jigs, there's still like a lot of U.S. labor and stuff involved in. But yeah, it's like, again, just to rewind, you know, the guys that manufacture here in the States, it's so cool what they do. I couldn't run the business the way that I do and want to, and manufacturing. You know what I mean? Like, but I'd love to have, you know, something, you know, injected here in the States. I don't know what the right product would be to do that for, but anyways, ask the question. There's my long answer.
Very good.
So anyways, yeah, dude, it's a small brand, Travis. I told you, man, we haven't even passed that 1 million mark, which this year could, you know, we'll see. But you know, I don't really give a shit about that, because I just know, you know, this little brand, we've got no debt. It just, everything's going the way that I kind of anticipated it going and hoped that it would go, with a lot of freaking work in there, you know, like, but yeah, dude, I'm hoping this is a big year for the business. It's certainly setting up to be. So hopefully we can just keep that going.
Sure.
That's all I can really hope for.
Yeah. Damn.
Anyways,
well,
everybody wants to just talk about the reset. So I'm gonna leave you to that, dude.
I can't just be solo, bro. We'll shut this whole show down.
Well,
I gotta
also
go.
designing a new mold. That's all over the place, man. Like, you know, it depends. Like, if you want to do a big full scale injection mold, you could do it in the United States, and it will kind of take abuse a little bit better. But honestly, I've had better experiences with kind of the digital to CNC part of the process abroad than I have here in the States. I've had more issues here. But, you know, look, here in the States, you can build a beautiful CNC mold, and, you know, you can go anywhere from $6,000 to $25,000. It's cheaper abroad. You know, lead molds are cheap, you know, for a lead jig. That's on the lower end of things. You know, you can go from, again, I don't want to give away too much information, but you know, for lead molds, depending on how you want to have them manufactured, you're looking at anywhere from, you know, $200 to $1,000 for a size master. You know, lead you can get into easily. But yeah, once you get into plastics and tungsten compound and hard baits, which I'm kind of dabbling there, I have some history, but you know, that's incrementally more expensive. So yeah, it's definitely like, if you want to get into, like, you know, the business, and you think you've got a cool product concept, and it's a lead jig or a lead casting, lead wire and hook, you can do that pretty cheap, man. Like you can, if you got a cool concept, you can go at it, pretty realistically and easily if it's lead. But if you want to start building molds and whatnot for full scale or larger scale production, to start meeting larger scale demand and stuff, it gets like just it gets really freaking expensive. Turns into a business real quick, I guess is the best way to kind of put it. I wasn't prepared.
Right.
So you see, I actually have
answer some of those, but
what's up, Travis?
I don't know if you want to answer some of these comments that are.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know I'm awful at keeping merch in stock. We've got a huge order that's going to be printed in here.
You have some of the coolest designs too. Like I got a couple of your Beast Coast hoodies.
I know, man. We got some new black hoodies and some new like just like kind of like baggy.
Does BC Friends 15 work on that too?
Yeah, but the merch isn't even loaded in the site, and honestly, I don't even know. I probably will just wait until spring and do like a full site load.
I got you. Here's a good question.
That's like another 30 days away.
I got you.
Hoodies,
Saint has a good question too that I'm curious about.
What?
You should see it pretty soon.
I see Tom asking about CAD. Is that one, Travis?
No, St. Cress.
No, patents in this industry, I think actually there's the opportunity, but it's like, it kind of goes back to what I was saying before. And I think any small or mid-sized brand in this industry, for the most part, will agree with you. Unless you've got a clear-cut case for like IP, like you're going to spend X amount of dollars on a patent. And if it takes off in the category and one of these big brands, honestly, they're pretty respectful these days. So I don't know, but I wouldn't waste a lot of money patenting something, even if I thought it was a category changing idea. And some people probably completely disagree with me on that, but it's just, that's my take on that.
Yeah. I
am not proficient in 3D. I can mess around in a couple programs, but you'll probably laugh. But I actually have I have a background. I did a lot of 2D like stuff. I actually was like, believe it or not, I went to a school where studio art was kind of a big deal. So I always liked designing. So that aspect made it really easy to translate stuff into 3D, even if I was not an expert in 3D. So my process is choppy, but I get to involve myself a lot in it, which keeps my costs down. So that's helpful. Yeah, Clint, no, Beast Coast is always going to be just a bass brand. We got
any reasons? Do you sponsor any bigger name pros in the elites?
No, man. I mean, there's a couple that I'd like to work with, but their contracts are good for 2 and 3 more years. So, it's just, I'd rather partner with, look, man, what I really care about is just having dudes that are hammers on the water, that know what they're doing, know how to talk about products and like our products and understand why they like them. Like, that's my pre-way. Like, I love working with you.
I agree. You
know what I mean? Like, I love working with you.
Here's what's going to happen. Let's be honest here. You're going to get some guy that's either going to contact you or you're going to contact them. And you're like, dude, I want to work with you. And here's my marketing plan to sell more Beast Coast products. And this dude may never even heard of your shit, but because you put a number in front of him, he's going to take a look. And then he's going to jump on. That's how all these
that's how the industry operates, man. I know I'm going to catch shit.
It's sick. You lose credit. Like, it drives me
wild. So, dude, it's funny that you see it because
Derek, like, take my rods, right? I love St. Croix rods because I love St. Croix rods. If they stop sponsoring me, I'm still buying their rods. I'm not jumping to some other stupid brand. Now, I understand if Eric was here, he would be like, well, that's their job. That's what you have to do. No, you don't.
No, and I believe you on that because I remember you telling me.
And that's why I hate this, dude. It drives me nuts. The shit I talk about, I believe in. And I might be wrong in my beliefs, okay, about a lot of things. You know what I mean? But I believe in it. It might not be the right, listen, I know there's good rods besides St. Croix. There is. But I love it. I love their lineup.
I'm with you. And I
I'm
understand it. That's how it generally works. That's what I've learned.
Same way with tackle companies. I cannot align myself with one individual company and be like, oh, you need Z-Man or you need Berkeley. And this is Berkeley that and Berkeley this. That's not how it works. That's not how individuals buy products. You don't just buy one brand of soft plastics. You buy what you think is going to work. You build confidence in that bait. You go catch fish, and that's your deal. And then you explore, you experiment, you purchase here and there. And when I find something works, I buy 20 bags. I buy one bag of this, one bag of that. I'll try it. Maybe it worked. Here's what's so crazy about fishing. Like you could buy I don't look because it was brought up early. You can buy a Japanese, plastic, right? A new brand or whatever. And you can buy it, you can go out and try it. But fishing is there's so many variables. You could be in the right spot at the wrong time. You could,
totally.
you could work your bait totally different. The cadence, the way you're dude, we don't fucking know. You know what I mean? You could have a great bait and you go out and try it on your day. You're going to try your bait and the fish are just off and you write that bait off and you never buy it again.
Yep.
So it's all about just, dude, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just saying.
I mean, I think what's funny, I mean, I could just touch off on it. It's like, it seems like it always goes to an industry conversation, which I don't necessarily like because I don't like to bash it. But like, I see like the traditional promo videos and I'm like, do people believe like this shit? And like, the answer is yes. Like if you put product X in the right guy's hands, you automatically get distribution at XYZ and you're selling 1 million units. And it's like, it just gets so frustrating. It's like, I get it. Everybody wants to make a living. Everybody needs to make a living. And that's totally fair. But it almost gets to the point where I see like deceptive things in this industry. And it's like, oh, you wish you could just talk about it and be like, are you fucking kidding me? But you can't. You have to respect to a degree, I think, the way things are. And me, I generally like to open my mouth when I have an opinion about something. Yeah. But like there's certain things that not even I will touch. But like just on the same vein, man, it's like I'd much rather work with guys like you who have the ability to reach people, can prove that they're actually reaching people, like the products. Honestly, that's like the most important thing. It's like, is there a fit? And that sounds so cliche, but like, is like seriously, like sometimes like I'll wait till I reach out to guys like once every probably 6 months. And I'm like, yo, are you working with anybody? Like after I kind of like gotten to know them through buddies of buddies or whatever, I kind of know their style, like, but it's like just so many people are willing to just whatever you dangle some money and like, whatever in front of them. And it's just like, yeah, whatever. And I get it. And I don't mean to be a hater, but
no, you should, because
crazy. You see it so much in this. I've never seen anything like it. Like,
yeah.
And in this industry, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways,
man. It's bad, dude.
Yeah, we shouldn't dwell on this though. This is like negative, unhappy stuff. It's all good.
Right.
It's all good.
I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the opportunity that I have here, this platform, what I built, the followers that we have, the loyal people just like you, the partners that I work with. It's a dream. It's everything's great. I mean, I'm just very thankful for everyone that listens to all our regular viewers, the people that I work with. I mean, dude, you let me design a jig, an idea that I've had since 2009, and we brought it to market, the sniper jig. That's a big deal, dude. And because it
made sense for the product line too, dude. We're in the same region. It's just
warehouse, bro. That's huge.
I mean, you know, yeah, you learn. Believe me, that little
That's a big
sniper
deal,
jig
dude.
is a popular little jig. Like this year, man, I think we're gonna sell. I mean, that little jig is getting to be, I think, pretty common within the hardcore circles,
Yeah.
like all throughout the Northeast, and starting to kind of creep over into the Great Lakes and stuff like that. And you know, if we can sprawl that over into the Midwest, which I definitely think we can, because we get emails pretty frequently from guys that are like, "Oh, I love that sniper jig," and they're from the Midwest. So, dude, we got to keep it rolling. That little sniper jig is going to be it's a good little item, man. Like all of our stuff makes sense, and that's just our style. So, yeah, dude, it worked out perfectly that you happen to have an idea that was like complimentary to all our stuff, and so yeah, dude, it works.
It works. It works. I'm not lying, you guys. The people that have taken guide trips with me, that sniper jig has put people on some big fish and their personal best many times over the summer. Yeah, dude, it's, you know.
Yeah. JP, you hit the nail on the head, dude. It's probably the best jig for that application. Like we put a bigger hook in it, but you know, there's things we could do differently, but that little thing hits a sweet spot. It's like, you know, the hook in it is small, but it's a beast. Like the head is tungsten. It's just the material. We thought about all the little angles with that jig, and it just came out really well. So, you know, that's kind of the way that all of our stuff follows. You know, I think the coolest thing, dude, which is what you were really about to say. It's like, well, you were probably about to discredit. It's like, yeah, you're Travis. We designed a jig, we brought it to market, and like I don't need like some of the best ideas, dude, just come from like the hardcore bass guys that you fish derbies with, like on a regular basis. Like those are some of the best ideas in the industry, in my opinion. What are you laughing at, dude?
Mike is fucking texting me. Good seeing you so animated today.
Mike,
I'll bring the energy with you, boss. There you go.
Who was that?
Mike. He's coming on the show in a couple weeks to talk about jigs and tying. You know, he's into that hair jig shit.
Oh, Weensy, Mike.
Yeah, Weensy.
Yeah. So Sean just brought up a point that I think is a good one to talk about quickly. So, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, have you ever thrown like a little ball head or something with a single metal, like a metal weed guard, not so much, but a fluoro weed guard, or even a traditional, you know, multi-fiber, like a bundle weed guard that's just 3 or 4? They look cool, but in my opinion, dude, like they do absolutely nothing. Like you can't even deflect a piece of milfoil that's just like chopped up and floating with those little single guards. So that's why we left the guard off of this thing, because it's just something you don't really need. I don't
throw a tube with a weed guard.
What'd you say?
I don't throw a tube with a weed guard.
And I guess, and yeah, so regardless of whether you do or don't, if you had a tube with a single strand fluoro or a 3 or 4 bundle traditional weed guard, it's not going to deflect anything. A single wire metal guard,
I don't want that.
I don't like those. I don't want metal around my jig. Like to me, I use this thing in clear water and stuff. Like I honestly hate that, but that's not here or there.
Robert says it's the sniper jig's a killer jig for spotted bass in Northern California, dude. So you got peeps in Cali. I know you probably knew that.
I mean, yeah, we sell a lot of, dude. Yeah, that's a lot of guys in Cali like that sniper. Really? And this Dozer jig.
They're not mad because it's not called, you know, West Coast?
No, people get it. It's all about catching bass, dude. That's the whole thing. We're all obsessed with it.
They know, like Beast Coast, it's such a play on words. But
yeah, don't get too wrapped up in it.
But there's a little, dude, West Coast people and East Coast, you know, some people are pretty proud of where they're from. So I'm just wondering.
I mean, look, I like that it's an East Coast brand. I mean, for that definitely factored in.
If she is the East Coast is in certain parts. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, like Neil Bone, that little Molex jig. I know the one you're talking about. Like you get to a point where they put just enough fibers, but at that point, it's like, why not just have a full size weed guard? Like I've never understood. Like to me, a jig is a purposeful thing, and like there are multiple purposes, obviously, for the application that you're using it for. But like for that little sniper jig, or in like a lot of those little smaller ball head or football style jigs, like to me, like where I'm throwing those, like I don't want a piece of nitinol or titanium or stainless like sticking up right there. Like maybe it's me, but I don't think they do anything really, and I think that they just. I think I think the fish see it in clear water. It's just.
Yeah. Listen,
you dive with the rest of it. There's not much.
The way I fish that jig, if I'm fishing hardcover, a lot of times I'm not around grass, but sometimes you're going to get in transitions where you're going to come up on the hump and there'll be a little bit of grass starting before you get up into the real shallow spot. And a lot of the grass I fish for smallmouth, anyways, I can rip that through, and I'm not upset when I start hitting grass if I'm dragging. That's a cool thing. That's a transition. So you just got to pop it, right? You got to pop it and try to clean it. The problem is whether it be little algae or nasty stuff that's going to stick to your jig, that's going to stick regardless if it's got a weed guard or not.
Yeah.
As far as snags and things like that, yeah. Do I go through some jigs? Yeah, dude, you see my orders. I burn through jigs, but that's because I use them a lot. Just like a tube. Unfortunately, you are going to break off. Now, you can be more assertive and not as lazy as me, and maybe put that trolling motor on high and get up there and try to get that jig back. Me, I get pissed off. I just fucking break it off and retie and keep my drift. But you can recover your jigs.
And it's also, Travis, to be clear, it's not a jig you throw around wood. Like if there's like a bunch of laydowns or stumps, like, that's not that to me, that's not where I'd throw the sniper jig. Like, you know what I mean? It's rock and open water and gravel.
So Brian asked,
a little bit of grass.
Brian asked, what 2 colors would you recommend for the open water sniper jig and Little Meg? I want to answer that. I want to hear for you. You guys already said Sexy Melon, Mothman, and I do like for the Magnum, that straight black, especially on the title, dude, anywhere in the country. If you're in a lake,
Stealth Midnight, it's got a little bit of red flavor.
I don't care. I would love to know the guys down south, like up north, northern anglers. Straight black is a big deal for largemouth in the grass too, right? Or is it just me?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you're up here. We're in the same region, dude. Yeah,
Right.
It's always sucks sometimes.
But do guys down south throw that deal?
What?
Straight black.
I mean, I honestly can't. I'm not like well connected enough to.
Let
like
me ask
that
you
many
this:
people down
you
there.
see the numbers on the sniper jig? What's the best selling color? Is it
Stealth
just
Crawl, Bruised, and Dirtbag? Stealth Crawl, Bruised, Dirtbag, Stealth Melon Juice.
Bro.
What?
I don't think I caught a fish on those colors because I don't throw them. Am I messing up?
Crawl, Bruised. Stealth Crawl, I think, is like Stealth Crawl is like one of the. I just love that.
I
color.
love the color. I love the look of it. I just don't. I'm so Sexy Melon Mothman.
Oh, you're talking about in the sniper jig?
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking about in the little Magnum.
Okay, sniper jig.
Yeah, the sniper jig, the Mothman color, the Sexy Melon color. Those 2 colors that you like are really good sellers, especially for guys up north and into the Great Lakes. In general,
you introduced a few new colors this past late summer.
Yeah, so we got Stealth PB&J and OG Brown Crawl, Stealth OG Brown Crawl, which has some rubber in it.
Yep.
Honestly, man, those we've got like 16 colors, I think, in that jig, or 14 or 16, and then we're getting 2 new hybrid colors in that sniper coming in about a month. So that's actually 2 months. But we've got hybrid goby and hybrid crawl. And so those will be sniper jigs, all 3 sizes, quarter, 3/8, half, and they'll be tied with marabou in goby and crawl patterns. So those are I like those hybrid colors a lot. I think that's a neat little deal. And those colors sell extremely well.
Okay.
But yeah, truthfully, the snipers all sell pretty well, dude. You know, our colors, we talked about colors for a while before we spec'd all those colors, you know, like we did our homework on those colors and who was going to be throwing this jig and where. But we're going to build now because
a lot went into that. I saw a couple comments here. What's your favorite Beast Coast product to throw in the upper bay? Besides, like if I was flipping
that little Magnum jig, right, Travis?
But then your Chatterbait trailer.
The Blade Runner.
The Blade Runner, has taken over your jackhammer. The Zacco, or on the back of a jackhammer, and or swim jig. Believe it or not, I like it, man. I think you did a great job because I know you put a lot of thought behind your products, and that's a great bait for a Chatterbait trailer. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, so we really made that thing like specifically for a jackhammer, and I can tell you, I honestly haven't even fished it on that new Slobber Knocker by Pure. But excuse me, but I can imagine it would be pretty good on there too. But the dimensions of that, like the material, you know, it's like neutrally buoyant. You just don't really feel like you've got a trailer on the jig, which is nice because you feel when it hits grass. It's not like a big ball of shit weighed down by a heavy swim bait trailer, or like, you know, like like certain trailers have a ton of salt in them. They can get really heavy, and you kind of have to like keep your bladed jig up intentionally. You know, the Blade Runners, you almost don't even know it's there. It's just like the material is really good. It's super durable. It's got that like real nice tight quiver. And then I don't know if you've done this, Travis, but if you want like more of like kind of like a squirrely, almost like a worm,
switch it around the other way.
All you got to do, you can just clip one of those stems. That's why those tail stems run all the way to the body. Just clip the bottom one off, and you're left with, you know, that shad profile with, you know, just the top stem, and you get a lot more of that wacky kind of worm-like action. So, that bait's a good one. That one.
So Brian asked, what jig do you use on Candlewood? Like, what would be your number one jig on Candlewood?
Well, the little man. I mean, that's not true. I threw a lot of football jigs this year. I mean, dude, it's just like anywhere, you know. It's like you want one for beating up the shallow stuff, you know, wood, docks, and grass. Really, there's probably two jigs you should throw at that, but the little Magnum pretty much does the trick for all those. And then you need something for dragging out deep. And really, you should have 2 or 3 different deals for that. But like the Dozer, I used a lot, the Max Feel, and the sniper jig. A lot of guys on Candlewood, not honestly, not me. I didn't throw the sniper jig a ton, but a lot of guys on Candlewood were throwing.
Derek, I gotta tell a quick story about your little Magnums.
What?
I stack.
And then, dude, I got 5 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
That's fine. I stack them up in a plastic Ziploc hard case, like I shouldn't say Ziploc, but a plastic clear bag. I stack them in thick, and I put them on my desk. And so all you could see is the logo, little Magnum, you know, stacked thick. I had some guy sold something on Facebook Marketplace. And he walks into my studio there, and he sees that big plastic bag of little Magnums sitting there. And he looked at him, and he kind of looked away real quick, and then he looked back. I could see him when I was talking to him. He couldn't keep his eye off those little Magnums. My point is,
you like the branding?
I'm a little embarrassed because there's a little play on the little Magnum packaging. True or false?
True.
True.
And we're going back to bags for the little Magnum, by the way.
Man.
No, but there's
a fisherman, so he probably had no idea what was really in that bag of little Magnums.
No, I know where you're coming from. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that little logo, and it's gonna be part of the bag artwork.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
And actually, Travis, I think one of the things that that I need to work on ASAP actually is running a bag for the snipers, because we need to, because, you know, here we manually apply that sticker, and honestly, Noah spends a lot of time working, you know, on that piece of the supply chain, and we're just going to send them right to the print factory now with a little smallmouth crush
Yeah.
seal of approval, save some labor, and maybe we'll even just have them packed all out at the factory anyways, because they do a phenomenal job on that little jig for us. So
yeah. All right. Perfect. All right,
dude.
Yeah, beastcoastfishing.com, BC Friends 15% off your order. We'll leave that up for a few days. Give them a try. If you haven't used them, if you have and you want to stock up for this coming season, or if you haven't, I don't think you can go wrong. Find something that resonates with you that you could use. Give it a try. Experiment a little bit. You never know. So
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, thank you. All this work for nothing, man. You got all worried. What are we going to talk about in your live show?
Dude, I was not worried at all.
We're going to talk about the reset. We're going to talk about your baits. We're going to piss some people off. We're going to make some people happy. We're going to do it all here.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right,
George goes, yeah, guys, just so you know, I'll be at Susquehanna Fishing Tackle next week, Saturday. Let me check my Instagram story here.
Yo, thanks for having me, guys, and thanks for the chat. That was fun.
11 a.m.
Thank
11
you.
a.m.
Maybe I'll stop by Susquehanna Fishing, Travis.
We're going to talk about your jig there, bud.
Dude. Good.
We definitely will.
Yeah.
All right, guys. As always,
fun.
Next time, we'll see you on the water. Man, he jumped right off. All right, I got to go paint. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. We'll talk to you. We'll see everyone next week, Monday.